What up, Nine? What up, Commander? Appreciate you. Man, Texo, what up, though? Man, Texo on the beat, y'all. Hey, man, we about to But the link is on the community wall. This is Keeping It Real Goes Wrong. It'll be my authentic truth. But yeah, the link is on the community wall. Damn, man, Texo, what up, though, bro? Appreciate it. Mo, what up, Mo? What up, Mo? Mo Hill in the building. What up, though? Yeah, so y'all can ask anything, but I'm gonna just be brutally honest. And I'm gonna play the disclaimer. Miss Chicago, what up, though? Let me start the show. Y'all in the building. Let me start the show. Start going.
This video is brought to you by 9% and powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Lego! I ain't here to wake nobody up. I'm here to unplug you.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. God.
What up, though? It's the word. You see the title. We about to get into it. But before we get into that, let me get into the chat. Let me get it to the chat. My little bro in the building. What up, Jay? Love you, boy. Man, hey, that's one of my heartbeats, man. I love my little brother, man. That dude saved my life, man. In many ways, he don't even understand. But shout out to my little bro. Commander, what up, Nine? Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. The general, the minister of defense is in the building. Mo Hill in the building. What up, sis? What up? Appreciate you, sis. Miss Chicago, what it do? What up, though? Appreciate you. The Midwest thing in here. Hey, we the Midwest, man. We got to represent too. I don't know where all my Detroit people. Mentexo did that beat. What up, bro? Hey, so yeah, this is something. This is something. Look, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I told y'all a couple shows ago. I meant what I said. Like, we all got different aspects, and I just felt like, the way I've been going about this, people don't appreciate it, but we have layers, and I tried to give the people one layer of me. That's not working. So I'm gonna give them another layer. It's like peeling an onion back. It's like maceration, right? So now we about to get into the brutal honesty, right? We just gonna be real. Like the Joker. Did you like when you look at Batman and Joker? Like Batman had to hide his identity. Batman had to hide to do the right thing. But what was he doing the right thing for? He was doing the right thing for the system. The Joker, on the other hand, just did whatever the hell he wanted to do. He looked at injustice and he found justice for himself. So yeah, we all got a little Joker, and we follow the rules and do things the right way. Then we understand as we mature, we got to do things the necessary way, and that's where we're getting into. So buckle up, man. We're going for a ride. I'm gonna wait for Sis to hit the panel, but anybody can. Bronze, my brother, what up, though? Appreciate you. Hey, Bronze, did you see that debate between Brother Sanchez and Captain Tazariak? That is what I'm telling you, the difference between understanding and comprehension, because Captain Tazariak cannot comprehend shit. There's levels to this, right? It's just levels. That's it. Either we reach the higher level or we stay at the level we at, and that's our fault, right? So that's why it's important to continue to educate yourself. You know, in school, out of school, life is education. So you should be learning. Enlightening here. What up, brother? I ain't seen Legend in a minute. What up, brother? Yeah, man. Y'all can hit the link. Y'all can ask any question about anything. As long as it ain't gonna get me locked up, I'm gonna answer it, right? And I'm gonna be brutally honest. I'm gonna just give you my perspective, my unfiltered perspective. Lisa J, hey, and I'm doing this other thing, right? I'm working on this other project, so I got like 3 projects I'm working on right now. But one of them, I don't even want to give it the name, but yeah, I'm just excited. I ain't gonna tell it. I'm gonna just do it. Bud Files, what up, though? Safi, what up, though? So, ain't nobody got no questions? Don't nobody want to ask? Okay, let me ask y'all. Did y'all see Trump's VP? He cross dressing. Man, you can't make this shit up. Did y'all see the JD Vance? They got pictures of him in a wig and a dress. He probably gonna say it was like some Halloween party or something, and it could have been. I don't know, but like damn, you can't catch a break, can you? You got one candidate acting black, you got the other one dressing like a woman. Like this shit crazy. It's a hell of a story, ain't it? It's like a movie script. It's like a movie script. Like you got one candidate acting black. Next thing you know, she go put on an apron and a headscarf and say she related to Aunt Jemima. She gonna be cooking pig feet and grits in a minute. And then, can you imagine Trump pulling up to Putin to have a conversation with him and his VP come out in a dress? Like, man, this is wild. PIA, what up, sis? Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Oh no, go ahead and ask anything. It can be hot. Wait till Tay come in. Tay will come in hot. She was already she already told me like, oh, you getting it. I'm like, all right. Don't worry, Tay will come in here and drop flames. So before she do that, y'all can warm me up on something. It's a movie, right, Mo? Like who did we fall that far from having morals and value, pride? Like people, we're gonna throw all these things away, but these are the foundation of what made us us. Right? When I was growing up, it was like we did bad things where people couldn't see us. Right? We didn't want to be seen doing these things. And now it's like you just do it and it's oh well. Like Bobby Brown, that's my prerogative, man. Like yeah, some things we gotta create a standard or something, man. It has to be some type of some standard, some barometer where we say like, nah, this ain't cool. Like this right here ain't cool. I remember like growing up, learning before I can even vote, just learning about the president. You have to be this prestigious person. You have to have these accolades. You have to, you grew up like trying to be perfect so one day you can become the president and shit. Now you can have felonies and everything. Like you ain't got to be able to talk. Like we was making fun of Sarah Palin. Y'all remember that? We was making fun of Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin speaks better than Kamala Harris. I'm sorry, she does. Just factual. I'm just being factual. You look at a Sarah Palin speech and you look at a Kamala Harris speech. Sarah Palin spoke better. But we made fun of her because she said Russia was above. She was talking about the globe, but it was the way she described it. We made fun of her. But now Kamala just be saying a whole bunch of nothing. Straight fruit salad. Word salad, fruit salad, pasta salad, potato salad. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's undigestible. And then, I mean, it ain't no better on the other side. It ain't no better. It's no better. So it's like this is what we have to choose. Like we don't, as people, we don't demand better. Like, hold on, man, nah, we straight. Scrub, give us two new candidates. We don't want to. Like, we can't do that. Like, we paying all these taxes, and we can say, nah, we don't like those two. We need two more. Pick two more. Even if we let them pick, y'all just pick two more people. But like, damn, we can't do that. Do people even think like that, or people just go on with the flow? These are two people they gave us. I'm gonna pick the worst, the lesser of two evil. We just so accustomed to doing that. Is that the norm? And if anybody not do it, then they weird. That's where we at. We arguing who's the lesser dummy. God is D. What up, though? Lady Shay, what up? Well, appreciate y'all, sis. Appreciate y'all. So we just basically arguing about who's the lesser of the two evil. You say something about Kamala, somebody say, well, at least she ain't doing what Trump doing this. You say something about Trump, somebody say, well, at least they ain't doing what Kamala. Like, hold on. So we agree that it's fucked up. We just gauging who's more messed up. That's what we doing. Yeah. But that's where we at. That's what we doing. So at what point do we like stop complaining and do something about it? Like demand, like, no, we don't want them to. That's who y'all pick. That's who y'all. So we want to pick these people. Right? I can't be the only one thinking like that, right? Am I crazy? Because every time, like somebody talk about one of them, and I point something out, they say how good they are, and I say, well, no, they ain't good because of this. Then they say, well, they ain't doing what this person. And I'm like, but we talking about them. That's moving the goalposts. Once you do these things, you understand you have no argument. You arguing who's the lesser of two evil, you probably more evil. If you're willing to choose the lesser of two, what does that make you? You got like 50 felony charges. That's what I'm saying. Like you got, oh man. And this is who we got to choose from. Like shit, it's hard enough for a man to get out of jail and try to get a job. This man about to become president. Like, man, you get a weed charge, your life is done. You can't do shit but become president. Serious, what up, sis? Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Like you get a weed charge or something stupid when you young that screw the rest of your life up unless you want to become president. Oh man. But that's where we at. That's where we at. So I mean that in itself, I don't feel bad for people when they get what we get. I can't feel bad because we allow ourselves to be in the position we in. We too dependable. People are too dependable now. How many people know at least 10 phone numbers by heart? Just off the top of your head. If you do, you probably was born before 1995, 96. You was born before then. 95, 96. Dee, what up, son? If you remember at least 10 phone numbers, you was probably, if you remember 5 phone numbers, you probably was born before 1996. If you know how to use a map, you had to be born before 95, 96. If you know how to use a map. Most people never seen a pager. A lot of these people haven't even seen a payphone. People don't know how to navigate. They don't know how to use the sun to tell if they going east or west. They don't know how to garden their own food, grow their own food. They don't know how to hunt. Hell, some people don't even know how to cook. They're too there's no self-reliant. You too dependable. Most people don't know how to spell because when they start typing it, the damn phone or whatever they use and spell the word they sell. Most people don't know how to do math because now you got a calculator on your phone. That's where we at. And you can't, with technology, right? It's not technology's fault. It's the people using it. Because the same way you use it to be lazy, you can use it to learn. Like, how many people look at a word a day? Like, if you want to build your vernacular, if you want to build anything, how often do you look at what amount of time do you spend a day learning something new? Because you have technology in your hand. How many hours a day do you do that? Because it's right there. Anything you need to want to know, anything you need to want to know, anything you need to want to know is right there in your hand. You ain't got no excuse not to learn how to change your brakes because you can watch videos, you can look at articles, you can do all that. You just have to apply it. Most people use their phone for entertainment. You can learn how to do stocks. You can learn how to do anything right there. You can read books. Everything is right there at your hand. It's how you use it. So how most people use it? Entertainment. They ain't using it to learn. So, how you gonna feel bad for people? They living their people living their best life. But they complain about high gas prices. They complain about bills. YouTube University. That's how it be. That's what it should be. Everything is right there. You can learn anything. It's offline now. With people paying hundreds of $1,000s, you can self-teach. You can learn. I was just, who was I talking to? I think I was talking to my sister, and she was telling me, how easy of access people have things now compared to when we was growing up. Like, if we wanted to know something that was in a book, we had to go get the book. It wasn't no Google. So if you wanted to learn something, you had to go to the library. You had to understand the Dewey Decimal System. You had to go find a book. And you got to hope the library you went to got the book. Even to find a phone number, especially you had two different phone books. You had the yellow and the white pages. You had to look to find something out of the state. You had to look in a whole, that's what we had. Now you can just Google it. Like, you had to put in work to get information, to know things, to be around things. You had to put in work. I am. I can say that. I'm complaining about the people complaining. I am. Well, no, I'm kind of not. This is kind of like a why I'm an asshole. I'm it's more of giving you a perspective how I see things. I don't feel bad for people. This is why I don't have empathy for everyone. Someone's going through something, a loss especially, I do, but most of the stuff people go through is self-inflicted. So it's like, no, why have empathy for them when it's people going through things that's not putting themselves in that position. So the old encyclopedia, you feel me? The old the Britannicas. Like if we wanted to know, like even PIA, think about that. Like we had a thesaurus, right? Most people don't even know what a thesaurus is. But if we wanted to know how to say something a different way, we had to go to the thesaurus. You go to the dictionary to learn words, but you know how long it'll take you to find a different word in the dictionary? So that thesaurus, boy. Serious, watch out. That's my little brother. He a little slick. He charming. He's a charming young fellow. I promise you he is. He a dapper cat. Drop some gems. Yeah, he definitely being nice now. He's being nice. He's being nice. But you know what, man? My little brother is amazing. He crazy, but my little brother is amazing. It's we always had this bond. Like ever since he was little, he been under me, right? And I see him with my son, and my son is like glued to him, and it reminds me of me and him. And it's like I look at my son, but I look at my brother the same because before I had my son, it was my brother, and I just wanted the best for him, and I still do, you know. My brother got so much talent and potential. He just that's my dude, man. He just we got the same DNA, so we all crazy. Me and my dad, all of us, my sister, we all got a little screw loose. Yeah, he was out there. PIA. He about to move back up here out there where my sister at. They by the airport. So when I say I got family in Belleville. I got family all around here. Hmm. Nate, what up, though? I guess Tay must have fell asleep. So I was waiting for Tay to come up here and grill me because she was supposed to, but I guess she fell asleep. I was literally just talking to her. She gonna be like, I didn't get the notifications. Up there probably filming a mukbang, talking about she gonna quit. Did y'all see that earlier? I was in there trolling. I was trolling. Man, look, Jay, I wasn't gonna say nothing, right? But my brother's a sneakerhead, right? And you gotta look. I'm young. I'm 40, but I'm like an old soul. Like right now, my mind is probably like 60, 70 years old, right? I like casual stuff or relaxing stuff, and I was never really into shoes, but I like shoes. I wore them for style. Like my brother is a sneakerhead, so he be having all these crazy shoes. He has some shoes that look like some lady from Paris got drunk and started throwing paint at the wall. You know how them artists do over there? They just throw all the paint at the wall and it be all different colors. And I don't know what it looked like. It just looked like somebody threw paint on the wall, but it's art. That's how his shoes was looking. And I'm looking like, bro, what is these? I'm like, bro, what is these? You walking around looking like a pack of annihilators melted. But that's the style, and they worth money. I understand. Like this, he used to go to the conventions and that, so like he really about that sneaker life. And then he had some other shoes. I swear they looked like he was about to start flying or something. I don't know what the hell them shoes was, but they look like little baby spaceships. And I'm just waiting for him to click his heels and some damn rocket boosters come out the side or something. I was just waiting for him to start floating or something. Like in modern day Hermes or something. Like, bro, what is going on? red bottoms. I don't know what, bro. Look, man, you be having some crazy shoes, bro. I don't know what them things be. I just want some regular shoes that I can put on my feet and walk around with. His shoes look like they come with accessories, like like you can buy stuff and clip them on or something. I do. Well, they not Skechers. I got some Nikes. I got some Nikes that ain't got no. They're my favorite shoes. I done had them for about 3 years. I'm about to go buy another pair. But check these out. The Nikes have no shoestrings. They just got that elastic thing going from one side to, and I just slip my feet in, and they soft. They got the foam and everything. I'm good. I'm good. I got those. I got some nice. I stay on point like Stacey Adams. I got some nice Stacey Adams. I got some Kohans. I got some nice dress shoes. But yeah, regular. I like athletic shoes that I can, move around with. Like I can, walk and jog. As long as I got some athletic shoes, I'm good. I need the foam and the arch of the shoe to be right. Right. I need to be bouncy. As long as I can like bounce my foot, I'm good. I like those type of shoes. But I used to have some crazy shoes. I mean, he in the chat. I had some see through Jordans. What I forgot what number was those fives. I think they was either fives or six, but they was like patent leather, green, black, and clear. Like the shoe was clear. Yeah, he took them to school and scuffed them up. I was pissed. Oh man. So I had some Louis Vuitton boots, some Timberlands. It was just Louis Vuitton on the they custom made. I had shoes, but not like him. Sevens. There's the seven Velcro shoes with no laces. I wouldn't mind. I was about to go. Look, Commander. This is what I was thinking. I was about to go to Walmart, get me a nice pair of shoes, send them to PIA, and just tell her like airbrush 9% on them or something, and walk around with some Walmart 9% shoes. Then I wouldn't care when people roast me like, "Oh, you got some cheap shoes, but they 9%." Nah, I'm wearing my own shoes. I'm telling you, I'm man. Look, y'all put too much into that style and that fashion, and like I'm not walking around like you're like think about this, right? Like when you walk around with the Gucci, the Louis Vuitton, and all that, you're paying these people top dollar to advertise their clothing because that's all you're doing. You walking around with somebody else's name, so everybody will see that's the advertisement. So you paying to advertise these people's stuff because if people see you with it, then they might want it. That's like this is how they mind fuck people. Like you paying all this money to walk around, and you looking at it like, oh, like rich people don't walk around trying to look rich. They just don't. Anybody walking around now when they go to events, when they go on somewhere and they dress up, yeah. All the rich people I know are like normal though. They like doctors, lawyers. They ain't like no celebrity rich person. Maybe those people do that. But the normal hardworking people who become rich, they trying to find less ways to spend money and more ways to make money. So they definitely ain't buying all this stuff. That's how you know when somebody like this is what I've been told by people with money. You know how you tell people who have money is they don't try to show you they have money. So the people who stun and flex and do all that stuff, they trying to prove to you they got money. And they probably do. They probably just got money. And guess what? They don't know what to do with it. So you get two type of people. People who trying to show they got money and people who actually got it but don't know what to do with it. I want to see a picture with Warren Buffett holding a stack of money like he talking on the phone. Show me something like that. You know? True, because you don't even see commercials for their brands. They use hip hop but exactly advertising for free. That's all you're doing. It's free advertisement. It's free advertisement, and we paying to do it. We paying to wear somebody else's stuff. And like, what are you? You're paying for the name. That's what you're paying for because all the material is the same shit. Same stuff they make the Walmart clothes with. They make the Louis Vuitton. All that stuff is the same material. All that stuff is the same material. Same thing they make the Jordans with. They make all the other shoes with. The what was that? M1 and the Jordan when they was compared, they was made in the same damn factory. The M1s and the Jordans. Stephon Marbury tried to give you something cheap. People didn't appreciate it. Oh, because the shoe ain't $100, $200. It ain't like that's how backwards we are. This dude made a name for himself, put his name on a brand and said, look, I don't want y'all charging the people outrageous prices. Shaq did it too. Shaq was the first to do it. I don't want you charging. I want people to be able to afford my shoe. As soon as he did that, took it off of Reebok and put it in them some cheap shoes. Man, if I was Shaq, I would have been like, F y'all injures. I would have been like, F y'all then. I'm going to make my money like Jordan. He could have made his money like Jordan, but since his shoes ain't in Foot Locker and they in Kmart or Walmart, now they cheap. But they Shaqs, right? We paying for the name. I don't know. So what we gonna do? Like, is this how? Like my son, like it's so funny because we had went up north, or we went east. We went to New Haven, and it's like a little small town. And my son like wearing them Paw Patrol shoes, so they be like glowing, and he got all different styles of Paw Patrol. This little kid seen them Paw Patrol shoes, right, and went crazy. He was like, "Oh my god, he got Paw Patrols!" And the mom was like, "It's nice." He was like, "Mom, can I get some?" His dad said, we only wear Nikes," and he was like, "But Dad, I want Paw Patrol." He was like, "We don't wear that," and I'm looking like, "Oh, so it sucks for you." He said, "I'm paying $15." He gonna fuck him up anyway. His feet gonna be bigger than him in a couple weeks anyway. Like my son got so many shoes he can't even fit no more. His feet, he growing fast. Like my brother said, "Man, what you feeding your baby? Creatine?" He used to, my brother, I'm telling you, like I wish he'd come up here. He used to be like, "You giving my nephew baby creatine? That's why he getting so big." Oh man. What up, Commander? What up, Nine?
What up, Nine? I'm wiping my tears, like from crying, laughing so hard about your shoes. Word's got the Velcro. He's got the elastic. I bet you have those little what are they? The laces, but the ones that are like zigzag, so you don't have to tie them. Do you know
I
which ones?
never, I never tie my shoes.
Yeah.
I
Well,
always, even when I have shoestrings, I always lace them in a way I don't tie
to
them,
slip
but
it on.
the way I lace them, they tight on my feet and around my ankle, but they won't come off if I'm walking. But I don't like tying my shoes.
They'll come off if you're running.
No, they won't.
No?
Mm-mm. Like you just got to know how to get them the hook. Like I do tighten the laces. Like the way I got them stringed up,
Tracy.
I can loose. Miss Tracy, what up, though? The way I got them laced
Tracy
up,
love. Mhm.
I can loosen them, and I can just pull the two things on the side, and it all tighten, and it's always tight around my foot and ankle. I just don't like tying. I do my boots like that. I don't tie my boots.
Mhm. No offense to the chat for anybody who has Skechers or like the dad shoes. I mean,
No,
I like wearing slip-on shoes too, but I'm like Vans, maybe some Converse. Walmart came out with their Vans, like It's not Vans, right? But they're generic version of Vans, and they're actually more comfortable than the actual Vans.
I never wore Vans. I was about to get a pair because I like the slip on, but I ended up seeing this pair. What was that? I think they was Polo. I ended up seeing a pair of Polo that matched my outfit, so I bought those. How did you fall off, woman?
My bad. That was my fault.
Dior
That's
just
my
got
fault.
caught for some wild stuff. I can believe it. Like all those, look, man. All
What
these
kind of
man,
wild stuff?
probably some child stuff. Look, man, all these people who make a lot of money, don't be. These people are regular people, and they got so much money they don't know what to do, so they start doing weird shit. So don't be surprised. People be leaving all in this crazy satanic stuff and be doing all these rituals. Like y'all don't know what y'all doing, man. Like people weird, man. Are these people with money? I don't put nothing past them. Y'all be like people be idolizing these people. Like, no, these are regular, weird, messed up people, just like me and you. They just got money
Mhm.
to do more weird shit with. That's it.
Mhm. They have more money. They have more time on their hands to think about weird stuff.
Oh, he said they was marking up their prices. I can believe that. I can believe that. I mean, these people don't care about the little people buying their stuff. And people dumb enough to pay for it. They think the more they pay, the more valuable it is, or the more that makes them valuable, and it don't. Do you know a lot of these artists and influence all these people? They get that shit donated to them. They get it gifted to them. They don't really be buying all that stuff. Half of the stuff they got, like I said, they're marketing and advertising. If you see one of these celebrities with something, people will be like, "Oh, I want to go get that."
Yeah,
Half of that
that's the
stuff
whole
is
thing.
gifted. Yeah.
Mark it up, make money. That's the American dream.
Hmm.
Except for us people who have to buy it. But I mean, like you said, we don't have to buy those things. Like we could look just as good without wearing something that's 10 times more name brand.
Man, in a minute, my whole closet gonna be 9%. As soon as I start making the merch, I ain't wearing nothing else. Where you get them pants from? 9%. Well, I gotta get to that level. Like,
You gotta go
no.
to the flea market, to the indoor swap meet, make yourself some 9% t-shirts.
No, my cousin do it. My cousin got a whole printing business. I got a cousin to do it. Then you got like I pay PIA. I pay unbiased. I pay them to make some of the stuff.
Yeah,
You
we're
know,
waiting for your patch. Nice leather patch. Oh
yeah.
wait, what do you use? What material is like more comfortable?
This is the one I got on now. Hold on. The leather, long as I'm not like outside and sweating, but like this right now is just like a regular nylon material.
Or
But
like a neoprene,
as long
something
as
a
I
little
ain't,
cushiony.
yeah. But I got a leather one that got it got the same pad is inside the patch is inside the leather,
Mhm.
so it's not leather on my eyes. It's actual like this patch,
Mm.
and they just put a leather strap on it, like a
Makes sense.
leather cover. Like the
Yeah.
whole, like the outside of the patch is leather, but the inside is this material. But that one is like putting on a head strap. I feel like I'm about to get a lobotomy or something. Like I'm straight. I feel like I'm in some BDMS type stuff. Got leather all over my face. Like I'm good. Oh man.
Word is offending everybody today, okay? He's hit a lot of topics already. The BDSM community, the all kinds. Like what happened to bridging the gap? What I heard you say like just a few days ago.
Oh, I want to do that this weekend. I gotta make a post for that. I want to do that this weekend. I didn't
I
do it
know,
this.
but you're
Oh, go
talking
ahead.
about bridging the gap and then you're talking about the youth and like they can't cook, they can't read a map, they can't memorize a phone number. That that's why I thought you were going. the complete
Oh,
opposite on it. I was
oh
like, he's
no.
coming for the youth.
Oh no, I'm coming for everybody. I'm about to start coming for everybody. But if it don't, the shoe don't fit, don't wear it, right? But if it do, then you got to question yourself. Why is that? Why don't I know how to do that? Is this something It's to spark the conversation
Yeah,
because you have some youth who are very mature and doing. They might not know how to read a map or remember the phone numbers, but they're doing the right thing. So that's just giving them something else to think about. Like, okay, I am a little too dependent on this. Let me utilize it this way instead
right.
of that way. Those people, though, they mature enough to question. The people who get upset and mad, they just mad because I'm pointing out they flaws. And with the older
Well, it's
people,
what society
oh, but
has. It's what society created, right? Made tools that made life easier.
it's how
There's
you use the tool. You can use a knife to cut a steak or cut a person.
right.
You know, you go be lazy and use the tool, or you go be productive and utilize the tool. You see what I'm saying? You can utilize it, or you can use it.
What about the older generation? Like they, I mean, obviously everybody has flaws.
With the older generation, just like us, like with the younger generation, is pockets, right? A lot of the older generation doing what they're supposed to do, but then you got these older people trying to be young again. Like no, you're an elder, act as such. But then you got another
Mm.
pocket of older generation who just they want it done their way, and like you got to be open. Like that's one thing I appreciate about my elders. Anytime I spoke, they listened and they directed me. They ain't just up and do it because I said so. I didn't have those type of elders. I had one. If I had a question, they listened and they directed me. They guided me. So I understand because some older people that you wrong, I'm right because I'm older. Like you can be an old fool. I don't know. Like so is everybody got flaws. Is things that we can fix. I believe and we can work on. And I don't think it'll be too hard. Everybody just have to want to. Everybody got to listen and not hear.
Right. I think like when you go to the grocery store, if the register wasn't working, like they probably, if you have somebody in the younger generation, they probably wouldn't. I mean, I've seen it where they can't count the money, even with the
Hmm.
register working. Sometimes they're like, "Oh, cash," like because everything is all card, or you scan your phone.
Hmm. Like like people, that's basic math. I know people who didn't finish high school, but they know math and science. I ain't gonna talk about the science part, but they knew money. You know what I'm saying? They knew money, but they ain't even graduate high school. Why? Because it was prevalent in their life. This was a big part of their life, so they had to know how to count it, how to give it, how to receive it. They knew money.
There's people sending their kids to go study. I mean, it's happened forever and ever, right? But more people are sending their kids younger to go study abroad because they're going to learn more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause, man,
more
this
strenuous.
now I said it's not even like this is not what y'all think it is. I promise you. Like you look at certain things like how does that make sense? Like what you just said, we supposed to be the most powerfulest nation in the world, right? So why do other people come here and be smarter than us? How does that make sense? We have people coming here taking jobs like doctors and all these high profile jobs coming from out of the country. We're not education wise, we're not competing with these people. Why not? When we're a superpower, why
Some of
aren't
these,
we? That's
um,
by design.
some of these migrants, they're like you said, they're doctors or nurses in their own country, and they're
Hmm.
coming here starting new, but they're engineers. They're not
Mm-hmm.
just, entry level from where they came from.
And we struggling and scratching and fighting to get education, begging to get educated.
That's why when they talk about, oh, they're taking jobs, okay, they're taking all sorts of jobs because I've seen it. I know at least 4 engineers from another country that came to take an engineer position.
Look, look, when I was working in the OR, you it wasn't even about how many black doctors do we have. I was looking how many American doctors do we have. That's how bad it is. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. Like, damn, are you Asian American or you just Asian? Asian. Damn it. Thought you was Asian. You just looking for an American doctor.
I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to doctors, I rather have like a Middle Eastern doctor.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. They all are either good or bad. It don't really matter. Like the American like I say it like this: when those doctors come from other countries, they have to come here and still go to school. They still have to go through a residency. Even if they was a physician or a doctor in their own country, when they come here, they got to go through a residency at minimum. Like people come here to be doctors. I would say out of one profession in this world that America is badass at is medicine. I would tell you that because the American doctor is just is different. Like it hit
Mhm.
different because it's
Mhm.
like I'm talking about I worked at PIA. I worked at St. John, Maine on Mac and Ross, right? So that's a level one trauma center. Like it'd be the American doc. They was just used to the fast pace, the stress, the um even the adversity. It was like when shit go wrong, you want an American doctor because they don't freak out. They just handle it. It was like they just better built for it. You get a lot of these foreign doctors, they be freaking out. And I would think like when you say Middle East, you like okay if you was a doctor over there, you going through wars and shit, right? So you'd think, but it wasn't like that down in Mexico. It wasn't like that. And to be honest with you, this is just my opinion, right? Not saying this is a
Mhm.
fact, but and I'm not saying all because I know some real cool doctors from all over the world, but it's just the relatability. I'm gonna say it like that. Even like for a black man, a white doctor, you can just relate to him a lot better.
I'd rather have a real Mexican doctor, not a Hispanic, Latino raised in the U.S. Like if it's a Mexican doctor from Mexico, that's I'd rather have that than a American doctor.
Real talk, let my kids that every day to stop with the celebrities. They don't even, nah, they don't care or know about it. They don't care.
What up, writers? How you
Writers in the
doing?
building, what up, Rach?
You.
The young don't even, I know, I was tripping on that. The young don't even have to write cursive no more. All I know is some countries have free education all the way, yeah, all the way through college. In some countries, you know, all the way through college. Just maintain your grades, and that's how does like man, look, there's a lot of stuff that don't make sense, right?
Mhm.
So I know, uh, just working with the doctors, I got real cool with this anesthesiologist. He been doing this for like 6 years. This is one of the top paid doctors. Only doctors that get really paid more than anesthesiologists is like heart surgeons and brain surgeons. Other than that, anesthesia is like one of the top paying fields in the medicine field, right? The nurses make like if you become a nurse and become a nurse anesthetist, you're making like 120, 150 an hour, right? So the nurses even get paid good. But this particular doctor, he been doing this for about 7 years, and he was like, "Man, I got 2 more years of payments." And I'm like, "What?" I'm thinking he talking about like a house or something. No, he was talking about his student loan, and I'm like, and when he told me how much it costs to be an anesthesiologist, I'm like, "Bro, you dedicating your life to save people, and you got to pay for that shit, $300,000." like
They're considered
300,000.
like their education is just the same as a doctor, right? They have to do the same years of.
To be, do you know what you got to go through to be an anesthesiologist? You have to go through medical school. You have to go through some type of, usually it's surgery. Like you have to go through at least 2 years of
Hmm.
residency in like surgery, some type of,
Yeah, they have a lot of training.
like a pain doctor. You have to go through some type of specialty. You have to be a specialty doctor, and then you have to apply for anesthesia school.
They get paid
Like,
well.
oh yeah, they get paid
They get
nice.
paid well.
They get like most of the rich people I know are anesthesiologists. Like I'm talking about mansions. Like these people rich,
And they
but
probably
they
have better hours than like a regular doctor too. No?
no. Some of them work 48 hours. They damn near be living in the
I guess it
hospital.
depends what kind of doctor you are.
Yeah, some of them work 8 hour shifts, but a lot of them work 24 hours. Some of them work 48 hours. But they be
So
having
mm,
rooms to sleep in. I mean, it's like they make like little apartments there at the hospital for them. They got their own little private room where they go in and sleep, TV, refrigerator. It's like a little apartment. I used to go in there and take a nap. They got their own showers in there and everything. Now they take care of them. They get
so do they get paid? How do they get paid though? Like salary, or they get paid by
yeah,
the?
they get salary. So it depends because
Depends if they're a contractor, maybe.
it depends
No.
because like all your pain doctors are anesthesiologists. So and then so you get paid a salary, but they have specialties. Like some of them specialize in heart, some of them specialize in like ortho. Some of them specialize in trauma. Some of them specialize
Mm,
in OB. They all have like just like a regular doctor. They all have
mm,
specialties. So
I
depending
didn't
on
know
what
that.
that specialties and how many can determine how much you get paid because they get paid by the case. They own salary, but they get paid by the case they do. And anytime anesthesia is administered, especially like in the OR setting, they get paid. It might be GIs. They might specialize in GIs. And then a lot of them got their own private practices. So if they got a private practice, you like how they paying doctors or they what they do is allow different other surgeons to come into their office. Like I got a one friend, he got his own office, right? If you like, but he got other doctors in his office. He got two ortho dentists. So you go to your dentist is actually so anytime these specialized doctors need anesthesia, he's right there. That dude, he young and he's smart as hell because usually they just have a practice. He got an office where because most of them are like I said, pain management doctors. But he was like, no, he got an office and he created it so he got a GI room in there. So if somebody,
Mm,
a GI doctor can work out of his
mm-hmm.
office. So he built an office and hired other doctors who specialize in different fields. So if they need anesthesia, he's right there. That was genius. When I seen that, I'm like, damn, bro, you smart as hell. Because that wasn't normal. Most people are just pain doctors. And he was like, nah, I'm friends with all these people. I'm gonna just build an office. He built the building and everything.
That's why when people are getting into school, right, figuring out what they're going to study, they should do research. And I don't know if they have coaches that will kind of guide you to
They do.
work
I
smarter,
do.
not harder, because I know a doctor, he's a primary care doctor, and he's like, if you're going to go in any kind of medical field, like just be an eye doctor or a laser surgery doctor. Your hours are going to be better. You're going to make more money. You don't have to put up with all the stuff I'm putting up with.
Anything you go in, you want to specialize. Anything you go in, you
Yeah, they
want to
charge more.
specialize in that field. Yeah. Anything, even nursing. Like my mother, she specialized in management and OB. So if she wasn't running the hospital as a NAM, she was running the that's what her career was before she started traveling. She was either running the hospital or she was managing OB.
So this thing you want to do with the panel, do we have anybody in the chat that wants to participate in what were you want to tell them?
Just ask the question. Anything. I ain't saying.
No, I mean like the one that you're trying to do with
Oh, with the
younger,
older
older.
generation, yeah, yeah. So basically, what I wanted to do is have a discussion, and I wanted representatives from each generation to come up and give their perspective on why we have a disconnection. Like what, basically critiquing the other side. What can we work on so we can find a solution? Like because this is getting ridiculous. Um, it's like when I grew up, you just respected your elders, right? That's how we was taught. Always respect your elders. But it was easy because the people were respectable. You see what I'm saying? So it was like peanut butter and jelly, it go together. You know, respect people who deserve respect. But nowadays you have elders competing with 20, 30-year olds. Like we didn't have that growing up. It wasn't like that growing up. The older people were the older people, the younger people were the younger people. The older people wasn't competing with the younger group. You know, we didn't have that. So is like the younger people wanted to, live up, and but we had something to mimic, I don't think is, and I mean we can say society, we can keep blaming it on society, but at some
Respect.
point, yeah,
People have lost respect.
yeah, people don't respect themselves, so how they gonna respect other people?
Because in other countries, the youth, well, I know it's even changed in other countries too, but like you still have places where the youth respect their elders.
Yeah, but their
They use
elders are giving them
manners.
something to respect too. That's the key, I think. We have too many examples of people not being respectable. And what happens is when anything negative always go outshine something positive. You always go notice the negative before the positive. So we can sit up here and say this group of elders are acting like that. That's why we don't need to respect elders, but that's that group. We just need to begin to identify. We don't fuck with these type of people. We don't fuck with those type of people. And keep it moving. If it's young or old, those type of people, we don't need to be fucking with. Easy solution, huh?
Is this like an online situation though, or like
In real life, I see this in real life too.
okay?
I see it in real life too. Like, because grandmoms are getting younger, right?
Hmm.
So, like in real life, like I seen mothers competing with daughters. You know, this is just a reflection of what happens in real life. These same people we deal with online, they get a real life. They doing the same shit, or most of it in their real life. This is the environments they're bringing their environment onto online. A lot of times, a lot of people are bringing their home environment online. This is how they act at home. This is the environment they. Yeah. So I
I've
mean,
seen it online. I don't think I've seen it like I've seen online where the moms are competing with the same boyfriend, like same guys.
mhm.
Like, oh, mom took your boyfriend. What?
But it's not
What?
in your environment. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff I don't see in my environment no more. A lot of
Yeah, I don't
stuff
see
because
that.
I'm in a better environment. So I don't have to. When my brother came up here, he was like, "Man, you know, I like this." And I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Man, you can just walk around and ain't got to look at, watch your back or nothing like that. Like this, yeah, I like this." And I'm like, "Bro, this is where we at."
Yeah, it
Yeah,
depends where you live, right? Your environment.
it's your environment.
But like with plastic surgery and all the like products out there, like older people are looking younger, so I think they're trying to act younger too because they feel younger or they get that attention because they look
Hmm.
younger, right?
And I mean, it's a lot of different circumstances and situations. But I bet you any amount of money, a lot of these older people, they didn't have the attention when they were young. Or you have some people who had kids young, so they never really got to be young. They had to grow up fast. So you got a lot of these people reliving their youth. You got some older people who enjoying their their aging. They're enjoying it. Like me, even me, I'm 40 years old, but I'm enjoying it. I'm not trying to look young or do none of that shit. I'm 40. I'm gonna act 40. I hope to see 50. I hope to see that.
Mhm.
I'm not up here trying to be young or trying to be hip or fly sagging my pants. I ain't doing none of that stuff.
Obviously, you've already told
Gary,
us to
what up
choose yours.
though? Gary in the building.
Gary, what up, nine?
My third bacon. He thought I'm caught up in the thing. We know what that means. You probably got a leather eye patch on too right now.
Gary, we're supposed to ask weird questions. I don't even know when people say that. Like when YouTubers say ask questions, I honestly always see the chat. They don't know what to ask. They don't know what to
Well,
ask.
it don't have to be weird. Just anything, like anything. Long as I ain't gonna incriminate myself, I answer. Like Tay, I don't Tay fell asleep. I knew she was gonna fall asleep. Tay sleeps.
You
Shout
gotta
out to
think.
Tay
What would Tay
sleeps.
do?
You
What
wouldn't
would
know.
Tay ask?
Tay will ask some crazy shit.
That's why she excused herself.
Mm, no, I'm telling you, she probably fell asleep. She probably took a shower and fell asleep.
Tay
That's that's
sleeps.
that's the thing about that. As soon as she get comfortable, she probably took a shower, got in the bed, like, let me put it on here, and as soon as she hit that pillow, she be out.
She
So just be
tired.
knocked out. But she get up early and do a lot of things with the kids. So
What PIA asked about cursive, like we really don't need cursive because we have everything is like computers and typing, and so cursive is not really necessary.
still signature. But that's the thing too. Like with technology, all this stuff. What if it go away? You know how many times technology has come and gone? Like we think we the most advanced civilization. We not. I mean,
We're
how can we
screwed.
be?
Yeah, we're
You know,
screwed.
that's one of the reasons. If you look throughout history, one of the reasons civilization fails is because of technology. People got too reliant, and when it went away, they didn't know how to survive.
We can't
Generations
barely
upon generation.
we can't barely live a day without the internet, without our phones. Like what would happen if tomorrow there was no internet? We'd have to
And
rely on people around us and
and
whatever information we have, books.
do you understand like how easy it is for everything that we rely on to be gone? You just need one solar flare from the sun. Everything is gone.
Mhm.
Everything is
Scary.
wiped out. One solar
Scary.
flare. Yeah,
And one day, I truly believe it's going to happen one day.
it happens more often than you think. If you, mm,
Have you guys gone through hospitals being hacked?
yeah.
Because
Oh
they can't
man.
do surgeries. They can't pull. They
Oh
can't even
no,
give
no.
you a
Yes, we do.
prescription.
Oh no, we do all that. We keep it moving. Well, I don't know what I like in the D.
Nowhere.
You come to Detroit. I don't care what go down. We go keep it moving. We go to downtown. We just got to manually do everything. Everything
But
is manual.
how do you know the person's prescription? If everything's in the computer in the system, how do you know their medical record unless they have it
Oh, all
with
medical
them?
records. Even if you everything is hard copy. So even if they type something, it's still
Hmm.
printed and filed. Everything.
Not all
We still have a
hospitals.
file room. Well, in our hospital we do. We still got a
Yeah.
file room. Everything. When we go to downtime, that shit is annoying, but we have to manually do all that.
Yeah.
And as
Not all
far as their
hospitals.
prescriptions, like people files and stuff, we gotta pull that. I mean, we got a tube system, so what we do is once we identify the person, we'll just send their stuff down to medical records, and then they'll find a record and they'll tube it back up to us, and now we got a hard copy of it.
Yeah, that's what all hospitals need to do. Because I'm
Shit,
telling
I
you,
thought they
when this
did.
hospital got hacked, it was a bunch of them, and yeah, they couldn't do a lot of things.
You better come
I
to
was
the
like,
D.
what?
You better come to the D. 'Cause we know we about that life. Like it wasn't no slowdown. It was slowed down, but I'm talking about they bringing out like it's still like computerized, but it's like from the '80s typewriter where you gotta manually do the wristbands and everything. Like everything gotta be typed. So if you type slow,
Hmm.
baby,
I know the military has everything, backed up,
hard copy, everything
like a
hard
hard
copy.
copy. But like I said, not all places do. So I would recommend having your own file. Everybody should have their own file,
Hmm.
just in case.
You should have a list of ailments and because you never know where you might pass out at. Not being funny, but I'm just being real. You never know. Somebody might find you passed out. Open your wallet. There's a list of medications, and then you got it in your bag. Oh, he didn't take this. Take that. Save your life. You never know. Never know. I'm reading old comments. Uh,
DDOTI. They're quiet.
yeah, you ain't gotta ask no crazy questions. Just you never
I
want
don't
to
even
tickle
have
my
questions.
brain.
Have you ever been in a car accident?
Oh man, you want to hear the So check this out. I'm gonna tell you a story. So this was around Christmas, right? And I had this dope Santa Claus hat. I had a black Santa Claus hat with a red ball. It was red and black, right? So I went to go pick up some tickets. You remember back in the day, you go get the tickets early. So I went to go pick up the ticket, and it was this lady in there. She was like, "I like your hat. Can I see it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And so I took the hat off, let her see it. She was like, "Can I take a picture in it?" I'm like, "Yeah." So she put the hat on and took a picture with it. And I was like, she was like, "Thank you." I'm like, "Cool." So I'm leaving out, and the dude was like, "Hey man, you was talking to my girl," and I'm like, "Man, fuck out of here." I wasn't paying him. I wasn't, I literally was like, "Man, fuck out of here," and I walked out. And as I'm pulling out of out of the movie theater, hey Jay, I was at Bel Air on 8 Mile. And as I pulled out of the movie theater, I noticed this rotor van was like behind me. And he got on the side of me and was like, "Oh, fuck me, watch this." And he stopped, got behind me, and he hit the back of my car. And when he did it, like I jerked and then I slammed into the back of this other car. And my head hit the steering wheel, and I'm looking like fuck. As soon as I said fuck, the damn airbag went off. Bam! Hit me in the face. My head went through the window, through the driver's side window. He pulled up on the side of me, and was like, "Nah, fuck you," and pulled off. That was
Damn.
probably one of the worst accidents. I got T-boned, but I wasn't hurt in that. I got
What could you
T-boned
have
twice.
done different?
Paid attention, been aware. Like you don't understand. Like you don't
I was gonna
understand.
say, don't talk to any ladies. No, just kidding. Somebody asks you for a hat or take a picture. No, that's wild. That's jealousy.
Dolly, what up,
Psycho.
though?
Who's it? Dolly Bear?
Yeah. Dolly,
Hi,
what up,
Dolly
though?
Bear. Oh,
Appreciate
there
you.
you are. I didn't see her.
And
Lady Shay, what you side eyeing? Lady Shay, get up here.
yeah, PA, I was leaving Bel Air movie theater, and I was where the accident happened at. You have to see the street. It's like it's a stop light, and then there's another stoplight. It was right there by that pick apart place, Jay, right by the strip club. There's a strip club right there. What was that? The Coliseum, and then it's that pick apart place where you can go up there and take the parts off the car. They like is a strip club right next to it's like a salvage yard where you can go pick out, and it's like a light and then there's another light. and I was pulling up to a light, so I was slowing down when he hit me. But when he hit me, the car went forward, and I went through that light and hit the other car. But the airbag didn't go off until after I looked at it. Like my head hit the steering wheel, and I'm looking like, "Fuck!" Bam! The airbag went off, and I remember the song that was playing. It's your chance to do the dance, the Humpty Hump. I hate that song now. Do it, baby. It was like do the Humpty, bam.
Do the Humpty Dance.
Mhm.
Was
Do
the girl in
it,
the car with
baby.
him?
Yeah, yeah, she was in
She
the
was.
car with him.
Oh damn. Did she look like a stripper? Maybe she was a stripper.
Nah, she ain't look like a stripper. She just looked. Well, she was just cool. And I like, man, I'm used to like, man, I'm used to like women like flirting with me and shit like that. I'm used to that. And they always, oh, can you do this? Like when I was like more healthier, this one girl was like, can
Mhm.
you pick me up? Like when I was more stockier, I'm like, yeah, I can pick you up. She's like, can I get on your neck? Like, no, you ain't getting on my neck. She's like, you don't want me to feel you. You don't want to feel me on your neck. Like, hell no, you little freak,
Mm.
gone.
See, that's like I don't even know what you call that really,
Look at
because
Gary like strippers.
dude should have like talked to his girl about that. I trip out on people that act like that. It's like no, talk to your girlfriend or your partner or whatever. Like that's who they need to talk to.
Man, I got in so many situations where women will talk to you just to make their dude jealous. I've been in situations like that a lot of times, especially in the club. You know what I mean? People had to choke out in the club, like literally choke. Like, bro, chill the fuck out. When I used to, oh my god, this is why I don't drink no more. This is why I don't drink no. I used to get drunk, and people used to. I done chop people in the throat. Like, dude, talk. I beat. Bow, hit him right in the throat. Like training day. Like hit him right in the throat. Like you ain't gonna beat shit. Go over there and try to breathe.
It's different if you're bothering a girl. Like if you know a girl is there with her man and then you're just bothering and bothering. That's different.
You know, when I didn't start approaching. I didn't approach women until I was like 24, 25. Like my wife and a girl I dated before her are the only two women I approach. Usually women came to me. Or somebody was like, hey, my girl wanna talk to you. She say you cute. Like what? That's weird.
She had her wingman.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Shake. She's laughing.
Lady shit, I'll tell you, I used to look, man, I was
What up,
and,
Dolly Bear?
and I used to be the one just sitting back chilling, just chilling, checking out the scene, relax. And my boys used to get mad. Like they
That's why the
go
girls approached you. It's always the quiet ones. The quiet ones get approached. You had swag.
they'd be buying women drinks and shit. I can't tell you. I was dating this girl one time, and we went to the club, and I bought a booth, and I'm sitting there chilling with her, and these two women bought me a bottle of liquor, and she got mad as hell. She got mad as hell.
What are you supposed to do? Deny the bottle?
No, I drunk it.
See?
Told her to chill or go home. Like this shit free. You better leave me alone.
What if it was the other way around?
Peanut butter petty time. We started the
Peanut
show in
butter,
peanut
petty
butter
time.
petty time. Man, I ain't talking to y'all, man. I tried to call y'all earlier. Nobody answered. I had some bright ideas. Nobody wanted to listen to them. So yeah, I'm in Joker mode. Go ahead and ask the question, Gary. Ask me anything. I'm like a magic 8 ball right now. Lady Shay. What up, Lady Shay?
Hey, Lady Shay.
What up, though? Mic check, real quick. Mic check.
You sitting up here laughing at me, Lady Shay?
Yeah, a little bit. Can you hear me, though? Can you hear me, though? Mic check.
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah, it was. I had to laugh at you, because I just had to go there, right? But yeah, shout out to you, Wade. You already know. Shout out to the nine. Shout out to you, Commander, and of course everyone in the chat. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though?
Lady
What
Shay,
up,
she always has
though?
the good questions. You give Word a really good hard question. You got one somewhere there, Lady Shay?
Ooh, let me think on that. Let me think on that, cause yeah, I'll be back. Let me think on that for a second.
Okay,
Cause I
no
do
worries.
want to give him a really good hard question. Hold on, let me marinate on that. Let me marinate.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, PIA, I don't know if they ready for those stories. I got some crazy stories when we went out. It's some things I don't remember the whole story. I had to bring people on here. I had to bring people on. I remember, man, like we used to be wild though. It's a street called Jefferson, right? And we took this street to go downtown, and we used to be deep. We'd probably be like 30 people deep, so it'd probably be like 7, 8 cars, and we'd take over the whole road, both sides of the road, like the oncoming, the going traffic and the oncoming traffic. It'd be like 4 cars next to each other. Cars be pulling down side streets, stopping, pulling over. We'd take over the whole strip of Jefferson, and it was a police station right down the street. But they wouldn't they didn't really bother us. We was too deep anyway, because it don't just be us. It'll be other like little groups and stuff. We'll be going to Belle Isle. We'll shut the park down. They had to send the cops on there to get us off the park. Drag racing. Yeah, we used to have fun, man.
Oh, you
But
must have been in the hood for real.
oh shit, I was out, man. Hood ain't the word. We my old neighborhood before I moved to on East Warren. My old neighborhood, they called it Baby Vietnam. Like usually it's like 30 to 32 houses on the block. On my block, it was 6 houses. So it's like all this open, all these houses get burned down, tore down. So it's all this open field and grass high. People, you finding bodies in the alley. Yeah. Like the cops ain't even come down there. I remember one time it was like a big gang fight. It was like a shooter. It was like 3 blocks from where I stayed at, but it was bullets coming from over there. It was like a real war zone. The cops tried to come down the street. Both of the gangs turned to start shooting at the cops.
Ouch and and watch out now. Shout out to the soldiers. I'm just saying, right?
Man, the east side, bro. I mean, it's different. West side, I mean, west side probably bad now. But when I was growing up, that's where the people with the money went to the west side. Well, that's when I was growing up. The whole city changed. Everything changed. It's different.
There's a lot of water like surrounding Michigan. So how far
Yeah.
away was the water?
Oh, right up the street. When I said that street Jefferson, when I
Hmm.
said Belle Isle, that's where we used to go chill at. It's like you got to go. It's an island, and you got to go over this long bridge to get to it. So we was right down the street from the water. In fact, every July they got these things. I don't know if y'all got them where y'all at, but they call them fish flies. And we were so, and they will take over. Like the damn things will be everywhere for like a month. It's like a swarm of people. I had to call like pressure washer companies to get these things off their house. They had to get them pressure washed off their house, but they come every season around July. They call them fish flies. But yeah, the water was right. I mean, even from where I live, you go straight up the street, you hit the water.
All
You guys
right.
have seagulls?
Seagulls, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh, what up, Lady Shay? She's got something.
Yeah, I just want to throw a little baby question at you real quick, right? Just a little baby question, right? Uh, so far in your journey, right, in your experience, um, what is one of the, I want to say, easiest things so far that you've been through, that you've experienced, what has been the easiest thing for you?
Hmm. That's a baby question. Um, my life has been hard, So one of the easiest things, honestly, being with my wife, probably being with my wife. Every my whole life, I feel awkward when I don't have adversity in front of me. Like even like my brother in the chat, and right now, you know, um, me losing my eyesight, and a lot of my family angry. They in pain for me, and I'm cool. Like they not used to seeing me like this, so they feel some type of way. But like I'm cool, I'm good. I'm telling them to let go and stuff like that, um, because I'm used to the adversity. It's like, okay, what's next? But like being with my wife, it hasn't been. I'm able to be myself. Like most people in my life, up until I met her, friends, family, loved ones, a lot of people. Um, it was always I was good for what they wanted me to be good for, right? Um, it wasn't never good enough for them for me to just be me. And I'm not even gonna say family, but like romantically, and then friends. Like all my friends, they expected me to be a badass or be this or be that. It wasn't. No one appreciated me for me, but she do. If I'm goofy, if I'm serious, whatever I am, she love it. So the easiest thing was probably just, loving my wife. She made it easy.
That's a
Oh, that's
beautiful
so
thing.
sweet, right? Shout out to your
Right.
wife. You know what? I just knew you was going to say. The easiest things for you was being your natural goofy self. I just knew that's what you was gonna say. But hey, see, that's what happens, right? When you assume, you gotta ask so you can get the question, so you can know, so you can understand. But yeah, definitely, I like that one. I like that one. Don't worry, hold that thought. I will be back with more. And yeah, that was the easy one.
And even saying that, you know what, she make that easy for me because and like think about this, like growing up in the hood, you can't be goofy. People gonna take you as they ain't gonna take you serious. That like and I understood the environment I was in, and a lot of people who was in it didn't understand it, right? They didn't understand the environment. Like people still don't understand the environment. Like you can't be caught slipping, you can't be lacking, you can't show weakness, and when you do these things, you get devoured. That's just how it is. That's the environment. So people, I never understood. You see these dudes, these hood dudes, and they getting all high for lean. No, you couldn't do that because I seen people enjoying their life, getting high, relaxing, partying, and somebody came. Oh, yep, they slipping. Let's get them now. They high. That's how people think. You got an op and you slipping. Oh, you high? You at this party? Yeah. As soon as you come out the house to go take a piss or anything, we go get you because you ain't aware. You off your p's and q's. So only time you can get high like that is if you at home and around a bunch of other killers that ain't getting high. That's when you can do that. So like I grew up like that. And I seen a lot of people die because they was slipping. They was comfortable. So I just knew I couldn't do that. I couldn't be like that. When I enjoyed life is when I left Detroit and went home to Pennsylvania. Then I can relax. I can sleep. I ain't have to worry about nothing. I was good. I can be goofy. I can do all that stuff. But like in the hood, I can goof around with my friends. But anybody outside that circle, I couldn't let them see that because that would have been a sign of weakness.
ooh, real quick, real quick. See, I'm gonna have to mess with you because it already started, right? I was over
Mhm.
here trying to think of hard questions for you, but look, I got another one for you. I got another one. Anyone in the chat, right? Y'all can answer too, but word. All right. I got a whole thing, right? I got a whole theory, and I think you'll be able to follow me, right? So there's a point and a reason to this question. Bear with me. Now, as a man, right, in society today, what is one thing that boldly stands out that should be common sense that isn't when it comes to the natural flow of a man?
Of a man, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yes, of a man.
You said one thing.
That should be common sense to the natural flow of a man,
Exactly.
right?
Well, you can name as many as you want. But I was trying to keep it easy, right? Just say one. But yeah, go with the flow. Take it wherever you see fit.
I think the sense of protection. I mean, as a man, I don't see men fulfilling that duty, and that should be natural. You should naturally want to protect. And like even when I think of my wife, right, my duty as a husband is to protect her from foreign and domestic. That even means myself, right? So I can't put myself in positions where I will hurt her. So as a man, if I'm responsible for family, my duty is to protect them and not put myself in a position where I'm not able to protect them. And I think if men thought like that, I think they'd stop putting themselves in bullshit ass positions to do stupid stuff. I think they would appreciate and respect women more because just like you have a duty, it's people in her family got that same duty. And if everybody doing it, then I think people would be more reluctant to do stupid stuff. Even the women. Like I tell my wife to it's your job to allow me to protect you. Don't put me in a position where I can't protect you. Don't do something when I'm not around and I can't protect you. Don't put yourself in a position where I protect you and now I'm taken away and you have no one to protect you. You know, just like um I think it's a man's role to, not only do it but to explain it.
Do you think men should have a sense of protection, like in their like community, not just their family, or what if they don't have a wife? Do you think they should have that sense of protection
And community,
in their
uh,
community?
so by definition, the word community means a group of like-minded people, right? So,
Other women out in public or wherever, I guess.
I mean, if we are doing our duties as men to protect women, who hurting the women?
Exactly.
It's nothing to protect them from if everybody doing what they're supposed to do. And if women, but see, and that's the thing too, because this is the hard thing about me. Like I'm gonna just use me for an example. If I see something happening, right, where a man is doing something to a woman and she's screaming help, you know, or don't do this, not even screaming help, stop, do it, and I go help them. Right? This is the reality, right? This is the reality I grew up in. I did that a couple times, and the two times that I did it, one time I almost paid with my life. One time it was a setup. The whole thing was a setup. I got out the car, and the only reason I'm surviving because when I got out the car, my boy jumped out with his pistol in his hand. But when I got out the car, dude upped on me, and a girl stepped behind him, and my boy was like, "I can hit both of y'all. I ain't playing." And I had something on me too, but I didn't pull it out. I was just trying to stop him from hitting on her, but they tried to set me up. And one time I'm walking down the street and I see this man and woman fighting. I get him off her. I slammed him and she jumped on my back. Get off of him. I'm like, what the hell going on? I'm trying to help you, lady. So like when you hear men say, I mean, those that's an experience I had. So that affected me. And then I see instances where women start stuff, right? And then a man is reacting to what she did. But now I'm supposed to go save her. And it's like you put me in a position where me and this dude, somebody could lose their life because you on some fuck shit. So like for a man to just jump and save a woman, if you got responsibilities at home, you gotta take things, you gotta analyze the situation. Like honestly.
Yeah,
Like
I
I'm
think that's why people don't get involved.
Yeah, I ain't about to watch no dude drag no woman by her hair or nothing like that down the street. Nah, that like or just brutally beating on her. But if they arguing, I ain't about to get involved in that. Y'all better use some conflict resolution. But I ain't about to. I couldn't watch that. I don't care what she did. I'm not about to watch no man just maul no woman. That I won't watch. That I will intervene without analyzing anything. But if they getting into it, I need to know what happened. Hey, I'm gonna come in and say, hey, let's talk this out. Now, if that, okay, well, let me go back to minding my business. Because sometimes I'm not saying every woman, but it's sometimes women put themselves in those positions, and and when I hear women complain, like this is my thing. You can ask any female in my family if they feel protected, they ain't gonna say no. You can ask any female in my family if they worried about anything, they ain't gonna say they worried. So my question when I hear women say that men need to protect women, where are the men in your life? Because the women in my family ain't worried about none of that. Ask my wife, she ain't worried about that. I can't even see, and she know I come fuck some shit up. So my wife ain't worried about no protection. She ain't one of them women saying men need to protect women. She's saying you fuck with me, my husband go test some shit up. That's what my wife said. Ask my sisters. Ask my brother. Let somebody mess with my brother and see what happens. If my brother called me and said, "Hey, XYZ," my brother don't tell me stuff because he know I freak out. He won't tell me stuff. He'll tell me stuff weeks after it happened.
Oh, and that's so nerve wracking. I swear, trust me, because they do the same thing to me. I swear, it can be a bit much. But this is my whole thing, right? I totally agree to this point. If you start some shit, then you need to clean it up. I'm just saying, why are we forcing or assuming that we can force someone else to clean up our mess, right? It's just like common sense, right? If I made the mess and I need to clean it up. Granted, right? Granted, there's times where, hey, I think both men and women get into things they're not quite sure what they're getting into, and they might need a little help. They might need a little support. But for the most part, yeah, if you made that mess, then you better clean it up. Mm-mm. No, no, no. That's just, I don't know, that's just wrong to me. Like, why are you doing that? Just stop it. Like, you know what you're doing over there. Come on now, right? I'm just saying.
Gary's asking what the topic is. Gary, the topic is ask word any question. Any topic.
My bad. I didn't want to interrupt you. I just wanted to grab a cup of coffee real quick.
All right, go for it. I think women and men should have a sense of responsibility and protection.
Yeah, and like even on this app, right? Right. Even on this app, I don't feel like I don't know. Well, look. I said I'm gonna be brutally honest, but I said when y'all ask me a question, Gary, my 33 brother, trying to save me. What up, though? Appreciate you.
What up, Gary? What up, man?
Oh, Gary's on the panel. Oh, I definitely got some questions. I
Oh,
definitely
shoot.
got to get to some thinking. Let it marinate. Go ahead, y'all.
Get your brain ready, Gary.
I'm
What's the
surprised
question? Go
team.
ahead.
You said what, brother?
No, I was saying, what's the question? Because it's so crazy. Hold on, I listen. I apologize, right? So, yeah, I just heard y'all talking about saving people, right? It just even goes with family, right? So I just came home from a family member house, right? And the family member's a female, and she stays by herself, and so on and so forth. And I'm like, okay, listen, I don't know how much more you think I can keep doing this, right? You live by yourself. You cannot continuously expect me to just keep doing this. So my question is, I understand that women they depend on men and so on and so forth. If I'm going off topic, I apologize. But when are the ladies gonna say, you know what, I need the help. I don't want to reject the help, but I don't want to abuse the help because I think a lot of the ladies be abusing the help to an extent to where, as Word was just telling this story, I heard that part to where he was coming to the rescue of a young lady. When is enough enough? If you go and help that young lady and then she goes back to the person, are
Oh,
you
that happens
expecting
all the
people to
time.
continue to come to the rescue? You
When I
understand what I'm
think they
saying?
become reliant, on that you're gonna come and save them, help them out,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of which way they choose and what trouble they get themselves into.
And that's the thing that like it bothers me. You know what? Because at the end of the day, as much as we want to protect everybody, whether it's girlfriends, well, yeah, girlfriends, wives, sisters, cousins, whatever. If you continuously go back to the same mistake that you constantly doing, how much protection do you think you're going to get? You almost like the person that cries wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Because all right, so let's just say, for example, something did happen to Word. I'm glad it didn't, but I'm gonna use that as an example. Let's just say something happened. Are they really gonna feel bad?
They should.
But they won't.
They
Why?
still feel
Because
guilty.
there's a there's a lot of selfish people out here, right? If we gonna keep it real, keep it real. There's a lot of selfish people out there. People only benefit for what's best for them. They don't really care about what other people gather or protection, right? Just like the lady with the that got hit in the head with the brick supposedly. It was so
Mm.
many people tearing the black man down for that situation. I still to this day have not heard one female apologize for tearing the man down because that story wasn't true.
I heard the female say, "Well, that might not have been true, but it's still true what we said." I'm like, "Oh wow." Oh, bro. But
I
It
think
just
it's.
goes to God.
No, go ahead, word.
no, go ahead, Commander.
Well, no, Gary. I think it's up to you to set a boundary. Like enough is enough. But I feel like you'll still run to them if they call you. Like you're just that kind of guy that you'll go. If they call you, you'll go.
But see, that's the thing, right? It's easy for me to say I'm not going to do it, right? But I'm that caring person. I'm that person that's willing to sacrifice for a person that I care for slash love or whatever have you to go ahead and do that. Even if I don't love you to that capacity of love that people deem is worth sacrificing for. Love will make you do some things, right? So because let's just say if something happens to you, you got a husband, right? Or even Lady Shay, right? Something happens to you and I'm in the vicinity. Just because I know you, my nature is to make sure that you guys are okay. Yo, there's a problem. I don't care what you're talking about, dude. We just take it outside or whatever. Y'all might look at me like, damn, you just met me. You going all the way out? That's just what we do. That's just how we get. You know what I mean? Like word can tell you even in the background, right? If we having a conversation in the back chats or whatever the case may tell you, I'm worried about certain people going through certain situations, all because that's just who I am. Word, you
Yeah.
good? Tay, you good? Santina, you good? BDB, you good? Hey, anybody heard from Commander? Is she good? I do this all the time.
Yeah,
That's just me.
he was
So what?
literally just asking about you the other day. Like I was like, she said she gonna be chilling with the hubby this weekend. And I ain't see you for a day. He was like, Commander good?
That's just who I am. If I rock with you, like the crazy thing about it, I know people feel like loyalty and respect is earned. I give it. I give it because until you show me otherwise, I deem it necessary that you get it. All because I would want that in the same return. You understand what I'm saying? Until you show me otherwise, I'm gonna give you respect. Now, if you give me your hiney to kiss, I'm gonna give you something else to kiss. That's just the way I am. You understand what I'm saying?
How
I'm just built differently.
how is your life affected, like by being that type of person?
Say that
Oh,
again.
real quick
How,
before
go
you
ahead.
get into that, Commander, um, I wanted to answer your question, Gary. At least in my opinion, even in my experience, right? Um, it's always going to be up to the woman, right? And for the most part, we know this. We all know this, right? It's up to the woman. And if she's the one that's in that kind of situation, she, right, is going to have to say, you know what, I'm done. She is going to have to put in that energy, that mind, that time, right, to take that space to get away and to really mean it, right? Because, hey, let's just face it, when we're in those kind of situations, do we really want to get out, right? Because if we keep going back, do we really want to get out? I'm just saying, right? We're where we want to be because we want to be there, even if it's uncomfortable, even if we don't like what's going on, right? If we're still there, we're still dealing with it, then it's our fault, right? So, for your question to the answer, it's hard. It's hard being the outsider, trying to say, do I help? Do I put myself in there because I don't want to see it. I don't think it should be allowed. But then again, what's really going on behind the scenes, right? Because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And that's the hard part to get over because you want to help and you want to be supportive, but you got to stand back and say, hey, is it really going to be beneficial, right? Is it really going to help her or him and me if I put myself in that kind of space? Just wanted to answer real quick. But go ahead, Commander. You got it.
No, like Gary, the situation that you're talking about that you're in right now, like you sound burdened and afflicted by it. So how do those things affect your life?
I'm not gonna say burden or afflicted, right? It's because that's just like I don't even know how to describe it. That's just who I am. It's like if I know somebody is if I know that I have a female relative that's living alone and I'm in the vicinity, I have no choice but to check on them. Whether it's once a week, twice a week, however many times a week. I feel like I'm obligated to do so only because she's a female. Now, if a male family member, I'm not even going to check because they already know what they're supposed to do off top, right? But if it's a female and she's, you know, I'm not going to say elderly, but she's older than me. That's just a generational thing. I protect my elders. You understand what I'm saying? That's just me. That's how I was raised. That's how I was brought up. So anything that's that's a woman and that's elderly, which is generational. above me or even a woman that's below me is still a female. So I'm going to protect. That's just how I am raised. I don't feel burdened. I would rather say obligated because she's single. If she had a husband, it'd be something different, but she's single. So it's just a different aspect to a thing. Even if she was in a relationship, right? Like I just said earlier, if she was in a relationship and that situation was that, as Word had eloquently described it, I wouldn't even go over there to protect it, only because if I feel like she's going to go back to him, I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my effort. And then it's like, oh, well, I'm the bad guy. I can't be the bad guy if you keep going back to it. If I offer you my olive branch and you don't take the branch, you don't want peace. So why am I going to continuously extend the olive branch? It's a different scenario for different things. So, I'm not burdened by it. I just feel obligated only because that woman is single.
Oh, see, I told you. Shout out to you, Gary, because this question is definitely gratitude to you, right? So this is something that I hear often, and it kind of puzzles me, right? So I got this one for y'all. Shout out to the man, right? And with that, why is it easier for a man to be supportive, caring, even can I say bend over backwards a little for a woman, right? And that's respect. Shout out to y'all, much love. But why can't you do that for your brother, a man? I'm just saying, why, how, what happened, what's that? I don't understand. Can y'all explain? Can someone please explain this to me finally, so I can get why that happens? I'm just a little curious.
Okay, so go ahead, Word. Go ahead.
No, I was
I
about to say.
follow.
No, I was about to say you go first.
Okay, so for me, right, as I have an older brother, right? We grew up in the same home. I'm gonna just use that real quick, right? So any male that I've been around, we already understand that we have to take care of ourselves, right? Now, if they're incapable of doing so, then you offer a lending hand. There will be men that will reject your help because they trying to prove that they are men themselves, right? So I'm gonna even say something controversial, and I know we on petty time because it's been past an hour, but I'm gonna say this anyway. For me, I think men sacrifice more than women. I think men are submissive more than women, right? For example, if I'm in a relation, if I'm dealing with a young lady, everything that I'm supposed to do for that young lady automatically comes into play, right? To a certain extent. I may not pay her bills, I may not do all of that, but she get all the protective duty. She get all of the things, most of the things that she would get in a relationship slash marriage, to where a woman is building it up to where, okay, I gotta wait for him to. I'm not doing my wifely duties as a girlfriend. Men are protectors regardless. That's why even if you're dating, a man is gonna stand closer to the street than a woman, right? Because we're on protective mode. As soon as we show interest in you, we automatically going to show what we are capable of, just to get to the next level, where women has the patience. I'm gonna say patience. It may be another word there, but they have that situation to where they can grow into it. Well, then I can be submissive. Then it's not a lot of women that's submissive to a boyfriend. They may be submissive to a husband, but not a boyfriend. Whereas a man, even as he's dealing as a girlfriend, he would do more of the protective things and submit to a role that he's trying to get to faster than a woman. But as far as helping a man, unless that man is he doesn't have the tools to do it, or he doesn't have the mindset to do it, we will be willing to help a man. But 9 times out of 10, a man will be defensive. It's just like telling a man, I love you. You know what they would say? You know what most people will say after they tell a man I love you? No homo. Just because they trying to protect the image. I'm not gay. It's frowned upon to tell a man that I love you. So that's why for most of us, it's hard for us to come to a man's aid. Now, if he's getting jumped by other men, that's something different, right? That's like common sense. Even though common sense ain't common anymore, that's another subject for another day. But when it comes to like a man trying to help a man or so on and so forth, that if that man is not willing to accept the help, he's going to do everything to reject the help. So you ain't going to waste that energy to where if it's a female, it's much more easier for you to do and come to her rescue.
Hey, Nico. Hey, why don't you hit the link, bro? Hit the link, man. You talk about simp. I bet you I'll pull up your skirt. I promise you I will. We'll see who the simp is. We'll see who got the female energy. Why don't nobody want to come up and talk?
We be going on petty time for real now.
Oh, I'm just saying, simp mentality over here. I mean, I want to come have a conversation with me. I bet you can't. I promise you can't. Like people like that, they type in the chat, but they can't come talk to me. The link is on the community wall. Feel free to hit it. We can have a conversation. What up, ARD? Yeah, we can definitely have a conversation. I'll show you how much of a simp. I bet you I'll pull up that boy's skirt and show you how much female energy. And these dudes be thinking they masculine because they, like, bro, you can't even articulate yourself.
What up, ARD? I think I've seen Nico in the chat before.
Yeah, Nico came in the chat before.
Yeah.
Sometimes he cool, sometimes he, you know.
What up, Nico?
But my whole thing is just hit the link. Let's have a conversation. And to answer your question, I agree with a lot of what bro said. I mean, men are apex predators, supposedly, right? So even the generation under me, we not easy on them. You know, that's the problem. That's why a lot of these men act feminine now. It's because they haven't been, they've been titty fed too long. You know, they had never had to mature into masculinity, you know, so they don't know how to be men. So they need help. Like he said, a lot of times, yeah, I accept help, you know, but I ain't about to let you take care of me. You can teach me how to fish, but I ain't about to let you fish for me. You know, I'm not about to just let you, you know, unless it's necessary for my survival, then I'll let you do. But I don't think men want help from men. You know, like I said, we apex predators. So it's us who supposed to protect and provide. So how can I call myself a man if another man is providing for me? You know, we don't teach our men, we don't mature our men to become men. A lot of guys don't even like even coming in the chat talk about simp mentality. That's not how men talk to one another. Even if my brother is sitting here, if he was simping, I'd be like, okay, that's what he want to do. I still respect him as a man. That's just he just want to simp. You know, as long as he ain't doing nothing egregious, then that's just him. You know, but one thing you don't do to a man, I mean, you can do it to a boy all day. You never challenge another man's manhood. That's what you don't do. But a lot of these people don't know how to interact with men. But yeah, to answer your question, but like it's competition. You know, man, we just don't do that. You know.
But then who does a man go to like? Where does a man go for help?
Is a difference between help and taking care of, right? What she was saying, like bend over backwards and all that. I don't want another man bending over backwards for me. Like I said, a real man, yeah, he'll take help, guidance, assistance. A man will follow another man if that man is teaching him how to lead. I have no problem with that. But for a man to take care of another man, then that's not a man. Men take care of boys. Men don't take care of other men. That's like even in nature, right? Once a male cub, get to a certain age, he got to go. He got to go start his own pride, do his own thing. A man will take care of a boy, but a man ain't supposed to take care of another man. You can give people opportunities, you can give people help, but you don't take care of them.
For example, right? I'm pretty sure we've seen plenty of men that fell down, right? And if another man offers their hand to help them up, they'll shrug them off like, nah, I got it. Even the simplest of gestures will trigger a man to feel like somebody's challenging their masculinity. It's one thing for a woman to demasculate a man, but if a man demasculate a man, that's their fighting words. That's a fighting posture. You might as well go ahead and shoot the square one, even though a lot of us don't even shoot the square one. When niggas is out there getting their guns because they can't handle a fair one. You understand what I'm saying? That's a simp mode right there. Y'all want to keep throwing these titles out there all over the streets, but the fact is, ain't nobody doing nothing manly right now. If you lost a fight, you lost. Charge it to the game. But you so competitive, you gotta redeem yourself. That's why there's a lot of quote unquote, I might be stretching it, but black on black crime. If I punch you in your face, you get knocked out. Now I gotta make sure I look over my shoulder because you might be going to get a pistol because I knocked you out. So you trying to end my whole existence because we shot a square one. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of men is not going to accept the help from another man because they have to prove that they're a man nonetheless. It's sad, but I'm sure for the general people that will be the case.
And I say this too. I don't feel a woman can demasculate a man. I think she can demasculate a boy. But this is why I tell people, when you dealing with a man, don't challenge his manhood because your challenge go get accepted, man or woman. Like even if a woman tries to challenge my manhood, I'm not gonna get physical with her, but I'm gonna let her know you done fucked up. That is what you don't do. You just don't do that. Then you have to put people in their place. Like there's no woman on this planet that I feel can handle me physically, so don't put yourself in that position. Don't put yourself in that position. As simple
So
as that.
some men are stubborn, huh? They don't want to accept help from a woman or a man.
But I don't even think. But see, and that's part of being a man is knowing what help is, understanding what help. I will accept help from anyone. Gary, y'all helping me now with the show. I'm not turning help down. Help is help, but I'm not gonna let y'all take care of me.
Mm.
You see what is the difference between somebody assisting you and taking care of you? That's like I said, if I'm hungry and you come to me like, hey, I know you're hungry, here's a fish, but I'm gonna teach you how to catch it. Okay, let's rock. But I ain't gonna let you feed me every day. Because now I become dependent on you. If a man, think about this. Let's keep it simple. What do men like? We take care of boys. That's what our children, ones under us. We take care of them, but when they mature, they take care of the ones under them. That's the cycle. That's natural. Like, ain't no grown man supposed to be taking care of another man. That's just not. No, we ain't supposed to be bending backwards. We ain't supposed to be going on our way for another man. None of that stuff. Because now you done put me in a position where I got to go backwards.
But you'll take the help, right? Let's say your air conditioning breaks down and you know one of your friends, another man, knows how to fix it or is familiar more with it. You'll accept for them to come over and help you
That's
out?
help. That's help. I
Yeah.
done help
Yes.
people. I done help
All right,
people
cool.
fix
Right.
brakes and everything. Help. Like I said, is a difference between help and taking care of someone. Like she said, the way men take care of women, right? Why can't we do that for one another? Because that's not my child. It's not my responsibility. That grown man got his own responsibility. So you got to take care of it. The only thing I can do is show you how to do so. That's all I can do. I can't take care of your responsibilities for you. I can show you how to get it done. I can show you what hard work, what being effective in the fit. I can show you all those things. I can show you how to be a man, but I can't be a man for you.
I'm gonna ask Word this question, right? So, Word, let's just say for the sake of the conversation, not wishing this upon nobody or anything, right? You and your wife go through a situation, right? You decide to leave. Where are you going? Are you going to mom's house, or are you going to try to get your place, or are you going to mom's going to offer you to stay, and you're going to try to get out of there quickly as possible? Which one of those scenarios would happen for you if that's the case?
Honestly, I probably will go to the OG house and get out of there as quick as possible. That's the time. That's what I did the last couple times I got on hard times. I ain't gonna lie to you. OG, but
Right.
I'm in it. I've learned I've been put like when my checks was getting I'm not even gonna explain it, but I say I was put in a position where I was fucked up and I did everything I could possibly do and it put me in a worse position. I tried to climb out the hole. My mom was like, stop being stubborn. Just come here, take care of your business. I ended up moving in with my mom. And once I got straight, until I moved out, I paid her bills, man.
So, in other words, you did whatever you can to keep your masculinity as far as I'm not dependent on mom Dukes. I'm going to do something in order for me to feel like I'm a man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's the point I'm trying to establish, right? Because it doesn't matter how you look at it. Even if you listen, if push came to shove, I'm not saying that you would have did that, right? 9 times out of 10, if you was a person that was in the streets and you changed your life and then something happened again, 9 times out of 10, you would probably do what you do best, which would be, yo, let me get myself together out on these streets, and then you probably trap yourself back in the streets, but still in all, you doing what you have to do because you feel like that's the manly thing to do. We only have the options of acting like a dude, a man, a leader, right? So we're gonna do whatever we have to do. It may not sound right to everybody else, but if that's what you know, that's what you know. A person without an education, they're gonna go into the streets. A person that can get millions of dollars in the business world, they're gonna start at the bottom, but quickly elevate themselves to a higher position in life. That's just what we do, right? So a man is not going to depend on a man for help, right? Even if he had to go to the homie house, I listen, I'm only staying here for 2 weeks, man. I got to get the hell up out of here. I don't care if I got to sleep in my own car. I don't care about that. That's what we do. We're not trying to look less than a man. That's what it comes about.
Hey, Bustin, you said something like really real, right? When it comes to the handouts and everything, right? And yo, first of all, what's up, everybody? And thank you for allowing me real quick in these
What up,
after
though?
hours. What it is, what it ain't. What's up, everyone?
Young
What
Riz,
up,
what up,
ARD?
though?
How you doing?
Man, I can't even
Hey, how you
call it,
doing?
man. We woke up on the right side of the dirt this morning. Hey,
Amen.
look, hey, another great topic, word, right? Like for real, when
Riaz,
keeping
what
it
up?
real goes wrong. Hey, Riaz, what it is, what it ain't. But when it comes to the handouts and stuff, right? It depends though. Like, are you looking for a handout or somebody to at least give you like a quick little to pull you up or give you some real like function, like some real insight, right? Because there's two different things, right? A handout only because a handout after I done showed you how to get it, but you ain't trying to do it on your own, right? And now you just keep on asking me for that loaf of bread again instead of making your own bread, right? Or at least asking me along your way of making your bread, right? Because honestly, I can't really say if I needed a handout at that time, but I knew when I was down on my luck, all I had was go to itness and stick through itness, but I didn't have a red cent. Like my mentees, my mentors, like my family, really like ARD. I know you can do it. Like you just need a little like push, and it wasn't necessarily the push. I just didn't have the resource at the time that I needed for the dream, right? So like I wasn't looking for a handout because everybody already got paid back, even plus some. I mean, I was even trying to pay people back even before that, right? So it's like a handout, right? It just depends. Like it's kind of like what people say, men go through. I heard this, right? Men go through a lot of stuff, but they don't say nothing, and all that stuff that come with it, right? Oh, if I'm, hey man, hey bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. My mental is effed up right now. Hey, bro, I just need to get this shit off my chest, bro. Am I looking for a handout just because I'm just trying to get a couple of words? And everybody's so busy getting it or trying to get it that you don't even know the person that's really going to help you get it. Just need to get straight mentally right quick and just want to talk to you for 15 minutes. You know, what's really a handout mean when you a man? You know, I ain't asking nobody to put food on the table, pay my bills, pay my mortgage, pay my rent, take my kid through school type shit, right? But it's really a handout when you just looking for real camaraderie, somebody to bounce ideas off of, or just a quick pick me up. Is that a handout? That's a question.
Oh no, I don't think that's not a hand. I mean, even I don't think it's a hand up. Um,
I don't. I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I think that's what we naturally should do. We should be assisting one another, but ain't no taking care of nobody. I don't think
Oh yeah, of course, man. I
the
can't. Hey,
taking
I
care.
can't claim you on my taxes,
Hold
right?
on,
That's
hold
what
on.
we
Yeah,
say.
hold on one second.
I can't put you on my taxes
Yeah,
now.
hold on. Let me build on this real quick.
Yes, sir.
But like, I was in a position where I got wiped out and I had nothing, And I think I told this story earlier, and it was this physician who just recently passed away. He looked out for me. He put 300 in my pocket and he wrote me a check to pay my rent. Wouldn't let me pay him back. And he told me, he said, you know what, good things happen. I mean, bad things happen to good people sometimes, but as long as you still being a good person, good things that happen for you. And he just wanted me to know that. That was a handout. He assisted me. I didn't look for that every month, but I was in a position where I was messed up and he looked out for me. So stuff like that, and I had to swallow my pride to take that. I didn't want to take it, but I had to learn because I give so much. I had to learn how to receive too. Um,
Man, ain't that the truth though? The word. I mean, I think that we all talk about this from the man side and woman side, right? It's like when being too masculine goes wrong, or when
mhm,
being too independent, right, goes wrong from the woman
mhm.
side, right? It's like, damn, well, can you just be chill? Can I like get some love? I'm like, I thought you had it. It was
Mhm.
good. It was good. Yeah. That billfold too. Can you be a gentleman? I'm like, yeah. Where's your billfold, please? Right?
Mhm.
That's beyond the point, right? Because we all know we're human beings at the end of the day, meant to be here to help each other, not just ourselves, right? So I don't understand when real like camaraderie and community, not even community, it's more so a committee, real committees, now everything's a handout or oh wait, can you hear me now? Hello?
Yeah, we
Yeah, you
can.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
all
hear
right,
you.
bet.
755. What
Yeah,
up, though?
it's not necessarily that point of like, damn, like everybody gotta have all this already. Like, yo, and I help a lot of people, not even help, right? We invest in a lot of people in the real way. And never once I say, hey, remember when I gave you that? Make sure you look out for me, all right? I never once said that to nobody in real life or in the internet, nowhere, right? Because when we invest, we say, hey, forget this ever happened, pay it forward. All right. That's
Right.
that's not a handout when you do it that way. And you know they
That's
paying
not
it forward. You always support them. That's not a handout. That's how you create
absolutely
a greater community. No, you pay it for it. Don't worry about. I did something for somebody, and I ain't even gonna talk about it like that. But the funny part about it is, they was making money a part of this situation, and all the money I was like, yeah, you gotta pay me this, you gotta pay me this, right? And the whole time I was putting all the money back into account for them. And then like when they, got to the point where they said they was, it was like, yeah, and I paid you. I was like, yeah. I was like, hey, bro, this is all yours, right? So this is your. It was like, what? It's like, yeah, this is all yours, man. You thought you was paying me, but you was paying yourself. Like you was consistent. You never played games. Like, hey, this is all yours. And I already knew that, but even had interest on it. And that's just one of the small stories. Like, it's like, yo, that wasn't a handout that I did for you, man. You really got up and you was handling your business. Like that, like I wasn't even intending to keep the money you was paying me. Right? This was all yours, fam. Like I knew it the whole time. But like,
But they didn't know.
no, no, not at all. No, no, not at all.
755, what up, though, sis?
And I'm like, yo, like, did I do him a handout? And then, like, for his family, that was that a handout? No, I don't think it was because like under like how we influence everybody and each other, I learned a lot from them, honestly. Like I learned so much from them. Man, I learned so much from them. I had no choice, like, but to learn at that situation because I seen the calling. And when they had the bread, like when I blessed them with the bread, I was like, yo, I'm blessing you, but honestly, this is your money, fam. Like this is all the money you thought you had to pay me. This is your money. And it's a little extra on it. Go ahead, bro. He's like, for real? I'm like, yeah, bro. And I already set him up with everything. Shout out to my mentee. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, yeah, man. Like, some people just need a little boost, man. I don't care if you're a woman or a man. Some people just need a boost, man. Somebody outside their own environment that can believe in them and they see the same vision that you got close to it. And ain't nothing wrong with that as a human being. And shout out to 750 Fizzle. You got to see in the unseen.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was just one of the points. But yeah, I didn't mean to go ahead and Bogart. Yeah.
Lady Shay, did all that answer your question?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Because I was going into my whole point for asking that question, right? Like, I don't get it. We're all human beings, right? We're all living, breathing together. So whether we're a female or whether we're a man, if we can share, if we can support, if we can help out, if we can donate, if we can build something together, why can't we do that? And like how it was mentioned, pay it forward, right? And just see how that goes. But there's, I don't know, some kind of stigma where com- competition gets into play or ego gets into play on both sides, right? Not just one side. I see it on both sides, y'all. I really do. On the female side and the male side. But I just think sometimes, it's just why can't we just see it as what it is, right? We're all people and we're all trying to live. We're all going through something. So, we just gotta be and fit in where we can. But yeah, definitely y'all answered that. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah. And I believe a man's sacrifice and a woman's sacrifice, they're not equal, but they equally justified, right? Right. I don't think that I can compare to a woman giving birth or a woman really truly being a mother, right? But also, I don't think the responsibilities that I have, right, is equally yoked as well to us. It's equally yoked, but it's not even when it comes to tit for tat or transactional, right? We all have to play a role in this thing called life, and your partner is your partner. So you gotta, however that stuff got to shake, you got to shake, right? So that's why I never compare our situation to anybody's situation. And it's kind of hard for me to make judgment, right, to anybody's situation because I can call you weak if you doing dishes and you a man or you cooking dinner and breakfast because, you a man and you bringing home a little bit more money. I can't call you weak or less than or, not an alpha, right? I can't call you that, right? every situation is uniquely different and designed for its own situation, right? Now, if you out here doing some dumb shit, right? Excuse me for cursing, but doing some, you out here being reckless type stuff, either man or female. All right, now you over here jeopardizing the foundation. Yeah, that's weak, bro. That's weak. But when it comes to roles and things like that, I don't really identify by roles. I identify by the mission, the foundation, right? What are we doing to maintain the foundation and build on the foundation? Period. You know, some days this stuff gonna work like this. I travel sometimes, right? And I can't necessarily say, my wife, hey, you shouldn't have to handle this or that or third when I'm not necessarily present, but I have all the provisions in place, right? I can't say when I'm finally home, right? Hey, I gotta take over everything, right? Give my wife a break. Does that make me less of a man? No, I don't believe so, and I don't need nobody else's opinion to tell me yes or no, right? So I think it's uniquely designed for your own situation, relationship, but you just have to believe in that. Am I speaking on my own here?
Nah, you good because I'm a almost piggyback off of you, right? And it's going to tie into what Word was talking about the other day. Now you see how you just eloquently spoke that thing out. Now I promise you, your opinion will turn into somebody having a criticism about exactly what you just said, right? You like you got these red pill sections. Well, gender roles don't matter, but that's not what you said verbatim. But I promise you, there will be
There's
some
certain
men.
things, right? Like my
Right,
wife know how
right.
to
Hold on, hold
like
on,
lock water like anybody,
hold
right?
on, ARD. Let him
Oh yeah,
finish
keep going. My
building.
bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, bust down. Keep going.
So because there are going to be people like, well, you feel like you got to do everything or this that and the third. No, it's not that. The goal is the goal, right? It shouldn't matter who does what, right? If you and that particular person that you are dealing with come to an agreement on a certain situation, that's y'all thing. But it's just amazing how people's opinion, they want to turn their opinions to a fact and not understand that you criticizing something that may be working for somebody else. You understand? And those are the things that we as a whole have to stop doing. We got to stop minding other people's business. If it works for them, it works for them. You understand what I'm saying? Everything else is irrelevant because you ain't going to pick up their slack if something goes wrong for them. But you want to offer your opinion and turn that opinion into a
Exactly.
criticism.
My bad. Go ahead. My bad. I had to agree
No,
with you on that.
no. I was no.
No,
I'm,
go
I'm
ahead.
finished because I was just tying how me and Word was having a conversation about opinions and criticism, and what you just said. Just you threw me an alley oop, and I just wanted to take it there. But I'm good.
Nah, that's totally true, right? Like I said, man, if it don't work for you, man, get your house in order before you try to offer an opinion, right? I don't even accept opinions. It's not trying to be cocky or egotistical. I don't accept opinions. If I listen here, I hear some, I think I might be able to play it in my life. Yeah, I'm a consider it, right? But nothing goes under this house, quote unquote house, without the approval, right, from everyone here, right? And of course, I am the major stakeholder, but also my wife is a major stakeholder, right? And a lot of other people that I consider family, is a major stakeholder. But at the end of the day, the decision holding sometimes relies on me, right? Well, most of the time rely on me. But when I can show people that I care about, like my wife, like she thinks just like me almost, if not even better, right? And I'm like, all right, like you already got it. I ain't even gotta say nothing. Like I'm hands free. You good. She already know the same thing about me. All right, yeah, ARD got it. I'm hands free. That's the type of stuff. It's like if you ain't never been in it, how you gonna even have an opinion off of what you heard off the internet? You ain't never even been in this. So what you gotta even say? you know? And
What
that's
up,
what we
Young
talk about.
Riaz?
Yeah, hopefully I'm still making sense here. Because I think I am, but well I know
I
I
have an
am, but
opinion.
yeah, go ahead.
I think it's it's weak and insecure when a man says that he doesn't want to be with a woman that makes more money than him. I mean, that's their prerogative, but I
And
think
we
that's a
still
little
thinking about
insecure.
that stuff. That's so dumb. Like, don't you know there's more women in corporate jobs with bigger paying salaries than men right now? Especially black men, especially minority men. I'm like, are you serious? Like, what does that even mean? We trying to bring some old stuff back, right? But we living in 2024 and beyond, right? What does that even mean? Nah, it's what you contributing to the foundation, in my opinion, right? And you can take that as you will, right? I might be making a couple of bucks. I might be up, right? Look, my wife might be making a couple of more bucks, in the next few years, more than me, right? Does that mean that I'm taking a lesser role as a man? Nah.
Yeah, what is that about? Do they think like they lose authority if the woman makes more money than them?
I mean, your
Like they lose
decision
their
making
spot?
is your decision making, like, period, right? And that doesn't come with necessarily financial decisions, right? Like your financial resources that you have, right? I don't think it come with that, right? But you know, it just depends on who you ask, right? In their household, because I can give you some astronomical like example, right? Oprah Winfrey, right, and her guy, right? I'm not even gonna go there, but everybody had opinion on what men should do and what women should do. But I'm like, what are you doing in your household to keep your stuff straight? Damn
But the
everybody else.
But the crazy thing with that is the pandemic should have showed you otherwise, right? Like
Hmm.
for example, most like I don't even want to sound sexist, right? But let's just go with the hospital field, right? The emergency room, so on and so forth.
Facts. Come
Nine
on now.
nine
Yeah.
times out of ten, it was women serving 60, 80, 95 hours a week. Like how you get 95 hours a week, but they was doing it, not taking days off, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It was those same teachers, because we all know there ain't enough men teacher as it is, right? But they out there, spending 8 hours on a computer trying to teach a kid that ain't paying attention what's going on. And
Yeah.
the construction builders and people putting up houses and foundations, they wasn't even allowed to do that because they couldn't even go outside, right? So that alone should have eradicated a lot of those thought processes. But because a lot of men may have been
Mm.
on YouTube talking that nonsense at that particular time, so there were other men like, damn, they might have felt the shame or whatever. It's not about feeling the shame. If your goal is still being completed, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? If you had to be a sitting husband during the pandemic, stay at home, husband. Do what you do. Matter of fact, you ain't doing nothing but building a relationship with them kids while you sitting at home during the pandemic, and your wife or your baby mama or whoever is out there
Yeah.
bringing the bread. So what's the difference? Does not the kids understand? Listen, I still got a parent here. I'm building a relationship with this parent because mommy not home. I'm still gonna bother mommy when she get home. I'm still gonna ask mommy, can I have some snacks when she get home? I'm still like, none of that changes. But
Yeah.
because they want to be fake traditional, I'm gonna say fake traditional because
Hey,
tradition
I like
changes.
that.
Whether people
Yeah.
understand that or not, they gotta understand times are changing. So traditions is gonna change. I'm not gonna sit here and have that debate. Does women's equal rights? And I'm not doing all of that. I'm just saying, to meet the goal, some things have to change. It doesn't mean that women are the same as men. I'm not saying none of that. Please don't look at it in that fashion. All I'm saying is that if the roles have to change, the goals should still be the same. That's just it. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Well, they have
If
to
we all
process
fighting for
that.
the same
It's a
goal, don't we
process.
all contribute to the same goal, right? I don't care how we gotta do it, how we gotta piece it together at this moment or the next moment. We figure that shit out together. Period. And I thought
Yeah.
that's what this shit was supposed to be about, right? Not, oh, because I got more dominance in this or less dominance in this, that means I'm less dominant or you're more dominant or vice versa. I don't care if it's a male to male, woman to woman. female to male, male to female, however y'all want to call it, however y'all want to slice it, right? This shit is simple. It's called love and understanding. You know, it really is. You know,
And I think y'all just validated her point when she said when men say that they weak as hell. That's all that happened. You just validated everything she said. You know, just to simplify it, just find your complementary piece. What works for you is a piece out there that fits. You know, you instead of trying to force it and make people conform to what your ideology is, just find something that complements you. You know, everybody's circumstances and shit. Before I lost my sight, my wife wasn't working. I told her she was done working when her mom went on hospice. I took care of everything. But when I lost my sight, you know, for a whole year, I still took care of everything. But shit, I wasn't working. I wasn't making money, so I was draining the savings account. So she was like, "I'm going back to work." You know,
yeah,
I'm like, "Shit, go ahead until I can get back on my feet." But I'm putting myself in a position where my wife worked for me. She ain't about to work for nobody. She want to work, she can come work for me. She cool with that, you know. So that's what I'm putting myself in position now for.
yeah, I feel you on that, right? I feel you on that. You know, we got our money split up in so many ways. You know, wifey, you know, she got hella businesses, right? Like real businesses, right? I got a few, like a couple, let's say a couple, right? But it don't even matter that because I'm like, yo, what if, you know, I get into my late 40s and stuff happen and, you know, my health ain't right. Well, you're going to have to pick up the pieces. You stop loving me less. I'm a weak ass man because I can't do more, right? I couldn't do what I said I was gonna keep doing, even though I already laid the foundation. Like, nah, bro. It's a fetal minded person that never been through shit to think that that stuff is actually reality. And you know, you got a lot of living to live. You got a lot of life to live before you really understand. Like, nothing is how you planned it, but everything could be something if you prepare the right way and you got the right people around you. You know, I remember I was down on my luck, man, so many times. I was down on my luck, man, like shooting craps, like down on my luck, you know, and they didn't love me any less. Nobody loved me any less. You know, you just gotta have them people that actually appreciate you for who you are, really who you are, not for who you think, who they think you are supposed to be or what you might do. Like for who you are today and who you always been, you know. And I think that with that, you know, it's not necessarily being on no kumbaya type stuff, right? We all got certain things that we have to bring to the table, so to speak, right? But when that stuff stop, hey, when you stop hitting them 7-Elevens, right? Like, what you gonna do when you already got responsibilities and commitments, right? You're gonna go out there and figure it out, or y'all gonna figure it out together, right? And that's what I'm saying. This is beyond just a one of one transactional type of thing, in my opinion. But that's only for those who are really listening and know what it is. You know, we can't preach to the blind. You know, we can try to bring them to the water, so to speak, but we can't preach to the blind. And I ain't talking about you, the word.
You can't preach to the deaf.
Exactly.
I I do think it's normal, whether it be man or woman. Like if they're used to bringing in income and producing, and then all of a sudden that stops. It's normal to go through that process where you might feel depressed, and it's like you got to go through the changes. Like I feel like all that's normal, whether it be man or woman in their household.
Oh,
Because
I
you
was
you
stubborn. Yeah,
you were stubborn, yeah.
because I didn't want her to go back to work. I didn't want her to feel. I was like, just you know, I'm getting stronger. Don't worry about it. We got enough to last. She was like, yeah, but I don't want to deplete it. Like, man, I was like, shit, we gonna be all right. Don't worry about it. She was like, look, I'm just go back to work. It'll alleviate some stress. You won't have to be worrying about this. You can actually focus on getting better. And I'm like, all right, because man, I was supposed to have a 9 month recovery. I think I settled for 2 months and then got back to moving around and trying to do stuff. That's why I was passing out and shit up until the time I started. Even when I was doing YouTube, it was one time I had called Tay like, shit, I'm in the hospital. I can't even go live tonight. She's like, what's wrong? Bro, I passed out and didn't even know it. And she was like, "You need Tay always on my head. Like, you take better care of yourself." But I'm used to pushing myself through things. I'm not used to sitting back and healing. I'm used to
Right.
pushing through it. I'm just accustomed to that. But shit, I'm older now. I can't do that shit.
Hey, I feel you. Hey,
I'm learning. I'm
yeah,
little like, bro. I don't know if y'all ever been in a position when your legs just like you just using your legs normal, and then you don't feel nothing. Man, that shit scared the shit out of me. I didn't know if I was gonna ever, you know. I'm like, damn, I can't see now. I can't move my legs. Like, but I was putting a ton of stress on my body.
hey, facts, facts. I ain't never been through that type of situation where my eyes went out, right? But I can tell you when my legs went out, and I had everything on the line too during that time. I was on the plane, and I was like, "Yo, something ain't right with me." I was going overseas, and I was just like, "Something ain't right." And come to find out, I had a, you know, blood clot, but I ain't Jamaican, man, and that stuff was crazy, right? And still had to push through though, right? I was like, man, I gotta push through. Just bring it home, and then I'll take care of myself later. I mean, the place I was going was in the Philippines, and you know, everybody understood, and it was just like, nah, take care of yourself. We're gonna make sure you're good, and then we're gonna get you back. It was like, you want me to bring your family out here? I was like, nah, I don't want to bring the fam out here right now. It was like, when I get ready, bring the fam out here. But I was like, we're gonna handle business, right? Still pushing through. And then when I was talking to my wife, I was like, yeah, this stuff happened. She was like, why didn't you tell me? I was like, babe, like I should have told you, but I wasn't trying to. I was trying to be a man, right? I was like, man, what I got a fake for? Like, nah, you know what? I should have been told you. I apologize. Because if something really would have happened, I had to be an amputee. That shit would have took a whole nother turn.
Shit,
And
you lucky you ain't go through a PE. That shit kill
yeah,
you. You can't fuck
it got
around with blood.
crazy. It got crazy a little bit though. And I had to stay in the Philippines for a little bit longer than I thought because I didn't get cleared to fly. And I was like, man, this stuff is crazy. Just imagine if something really would have happened. I would have came back home with one leg. You know,
You would have
I
came
was
back
like,
on not from no blood clot. Your ass would have been dead. You in that bariatric pressure in that plane, and you got that blood clot.
yeah,
Hey,
it
you
could have
know
got crazy.
amputee.
It could have
That
got
shit
crazy.
travel. That shit travel go straight to your heart. And as soon as the
Yeah,
PE hit your heart, it'll bust it. You gone.
come on, man. It could have got deeper than the intro. I ain't gonna lie to you. And that's just something a little personal, but it's just real life stuff. Like, oh, I'm being a man, so I ain't gonna. I'm like, bro, I really ain't got nothing to prove at this point to nobody. Like, only thing I'm really competing with is myself nowadays. How can I be a better husband? How can I be a better person for myself? I don't really care about opinions because a lot of people ain't never had to go through what I went through. A lot of people ain't had to go through what y'all went through, right? So how the hell you gonna have an opinion about somebody else, right? Without even stating your own history and your own struggles. On this internet stuff, we like to talk about all the glitz and glamour, but we don't like to talk about when shit go wrong, right? And shit go wrong more than it go right, right? But we talk about the shit that we fabricate about the stuff that go right. But we really need to be inspiring people about how it went wrong and you still figured it out, or how you still coping and dealing with it. That's what we really should be inspiring people to do, especially in 2024, past the pandemic, or the first pandemic. Yeah.
Man, people don't want that. Only thing they do is go through my catalog. That's all I talk about. That's all I talk about, bro. People don't want that.
Much love, Lady Shay.
Appreciate you, Lady
That's
Shay.
all.
I was just talking about that's the sad thing. I was just telling Tate earlier, like my problem with this whole social media YouTube thing is I can see what's needed, but I don't know what's wanted. Like I don't have that vision. I understand it. I know people want drama, people want entertainment. It just to me it don't make sense. So like when I create stuff, I'm not creating it from a perspective of what people want. I see what people need and what's useful, and that's what I try to produce. but that's not what's successful. Even though I see it's a need, like, bro, I came on here talking about personalities, how to, like, if you look at some of my earlier, I'm talking about conflict resolution. This is all the shit that's wrong. A better you is a better us. I'm literally giving people the cheat code. You want to fix the world? Ain't nothing wrong with the world. It's the people in it. Fix yourself. And once you do that, you will influence other people to do the same. That's how I got fucked up. People do fuck shit because they see other people doing fuck shit. So if we make it normal where we just do the right thing, people will follow along. Most people are sheep. They looking for something to follow. But most people follow the herds. Even though they don't know where it's going, that's what they do.
Yeah, because they don't want to look like they standing up.
hmm
Yeah.
So so even in that fashion, like everything, like I hear people complain, "Oh, ain't nobody on here. Everybody just doing this," and I'm like, I've been doing this for a whole year, almost 2 years now. Same thing,
Mm, yeah.
bringing the
Yeah.
flow, but they
Do they
don't
not
know.
realize YouTube has like millions of channels that they can go to, other communities?
Exactly.
when I
Exactly. You hear
when
me?
I hear people say that shit, I be like, "Nah, you just complaining because you want this environment that you're in now to conform to the way you want it to. That's
Man, you
it.
took
You
the
want the
words
fuck
right out of my
shit.
mouth.
You
Yeah.
want you want it. You just don't want it to be towards you. You want it to benefit you. Nah, go into the environment. But see, people don't want to put the work in. People want things handed to them. That's the problem.
Yeah.
People like
Gratification. Gratification. Microwave. Yeah.
if you if people looking for a solution to something, and I give them a book, here's your solution. You got to read this book. Well, can't you just tell me what's in it? Like,
Mm,
no, you got to read it. You got to experience it to know how to do it. You have to break it down. And guess what? As you're doing it, if you mess up, you can go back to this book and see what you did wrong versus me
mm.
just telling you. Because then
No.
what happened?
I want the shortcut.
That's how people are.
Everybody
Everybody,
want the cliff notes, right?
yeah, that microwavable society. That's what everybody want. They want the easy
Yeah.
way.
The
You
cliff
know,
notes. You dig?
you go talk to Warren Buffett and ask him how did he
It's
become
cool to
rich.
get the cliff notes to get the story of the picture, but you still got to do your homework. I can give you the cliff notes right now, right? But you still got to read it for yourself because my cliff notes ain't gonna be the notes that you take and clip, right? So you still got to go through it yourself. I show you an algorithm right now to like always make money in the stock market, right? But soon as one thing go left, you be like, hold on. What you mean by this? I was like, yo, I told you to read the book though. I just gave you the algorithm that made sense, right, to me. Oh, hold on, I just lost a lot of money. Nah, bro. You ain't lose a lot of money. I lost a lot of money.
If you go to Warren Buffett right now and ask him how to become rich, and he
Yeah,
tell you all the stuff he had to do, most people will ask him, "Well, how can I do that? How can I get it faster?" They don't
yeah.
want to put in the work. If he tell you you gonna have to lose money to learn how to gain money, you ain't gonna want to lose no money to learn how to gain it.
That's like
Nope.
But,
saying, "Oh,
but
I just want to be successful in anything you want to do, relationship and anything." But don't nobody want to go through a heartbreak. Don't no one, nobody want to get a no when they interviewing for a job that they really want. They know. Nobody want to go through, you know, having to take a step back and take a course a second time or a class a second time, right? A double year. Nobody really want to go through the lessons, right? That really teach you like how to actually be more valuable of your time and what you're here to do, right? What really makes sense to you. That stuff don't come with me giving you the answers or put in the pocket, like give you a blank check. Because if I give you a blank check and I tell you right now on some Mr. B stuff, hey, and this blank check, you know, whatever you want, do it, but you have to spend it in a year. Oh wow, I know exactly what I'm about to do. Do you really know? Like, do you
you
really
see,
know? And then in the year you spent it all, right? But in the next year, you about to go back working wherever you work, if not lesser than, right? Like, come on, man. Like, there's a science to it, and it's called going through the struggle. Can you be
What's Warren
successful without
Buffett
going through the
doing?
struggle? Hell no.
You said
Everybody
what?
got to go through something.
Warren Buffett. Is he still like? What is he
Yeah.
doing now? Is he just collecting,
Hey,
or is
and
he still
not
active?
only Warren Buffett, but how about Charles Munger? You know, how about him? You know about Charlie, right?
The
No.
the whole point I was making
Yeah,
is
that's his
success.
advisor. Yeah,
The whole point I was making, success is not a one way street. It's things that you have to understand. Like when you playing sports, right? You can run routes if you're a wide receiver, but until you understand why you're running that route, you'll never run a perfect route. And that's just how life is. Until we learn what don't works, we don't truly know what do work. The reason we know why things work is we seen it not work. Like you don't know love unless you experience hate. You never truly know what love is until you experience the opposite of it. And that's what life is. That's just experience. So it ain't no really good or bad. That's all perspective. It's how you look at it. If I fail at something, that's because I didn't do it right. So learning lessons within failure teaches you how to succeed. But people afraid to
yeah,
fail. People afraid to quote unquote lose, but that's part of that's a part of appreciating the win is the loss. You
yeah,
know, Michael Jordan got kicked off his team. If he didn't get kicked off that team, his high school team, he probably wouldn't be the greatest player that ever played. Probably
yeah.
wouldn't be the GOAT. But that's failure propelled him to success. It made him work harder. It made him understand like if I ain't the best, I can be cut at any time.
Yeah.
So adversity is needed for growth and everything. But I don't want to keep y'all too much longer, bro. It's
Can I
3 o'clock.
add something real quick? Real quick.
Go ahead.
We all seen the Olympics, right? In the USA basketball game, right? There was a coach after the USA won against France, right? And it was a coach, who had this bit, right, that he said after they won. He coached and he was with LeBron James, and this is something that I kept playing over and over again. He said, "When I seen LeBron James, he came to me and he was a special talent, but I didn't know if he would be a special student." And now he showed us that not only he is a special talent, but he's a special student. How can somebody that's a coach say, "I knew he was a special talent, but I didn't know if he would be a special student"? Do you know what he means by that? I'm curious to know.
Hold on, say that one more time.
Yeah.
The
So
last part, he was a special.
he was a special talent, but he didn't know if LeBron James could be a special student. And
So what
after
he
that, right, he
so what
said
he
not
meant
only is
was
he a
that
special talent, but I can see he's matured to a special student.
yeah. So what he was saying was that his gift was his athleticism. It wasn't understanding. See that word. You might kill me, right? But
You
that's
might
the
be
criticism.
grown.
That's that bull crap right there. You understand what I'm saying? That's that bull crap right there. And that's that criticism that I can't stand because that's going down the I ain't gonna go down the rabbit hole. So pretty much he's saying, okay, he got great athleticism, but I didn't think he could understand that what he's doing is more to it. That's you can't keep judging people like that because of certain things, right? If a man does a job for 20 years,
Hmm.
right? This is how disrespectful people are. If a man does a job for 20 years and he keeps gaining information and going about it in another way, you can't turn around and say, I didn't think he could understand it like that. That's what that man do. He ain't
No,
did nothing
I
but show you
totally see what you're saying. Yeah. I didn't know if
that
it was
that
underhanded comment or not, but one
no,
thing I took
that was
from that,
that
you
was a jab. That was a jab,
yeah,
and I only I'm gonna say it because this is word channel, but that was some racist crap right there. You can't turn around and just say I didn't understand. That's
hold
what he
on.
been doing
The
for
person
20
who
years.
said this is a black coach, not a white coach.
It's, It doesn't
It can
matter.
still be racist though, right? Yeah.
It's still gonna be racist because you well, it's not even you right. It's not a racist thing. It's an athletic thing because you just looking at him as a jock, right? You don't understand that some people can still learn and be a jock. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This is a coach that has less than a person, but don't understand that his intelligence is matches just as well as yours, and his athleticism allows him to view a thing in a different manner. You understand? That was a short. That was a jab
Yeah,
at,
underhanded
at,
comment,
at,
right?
at his great right. That was a jab at his greatness.
So
And for
I
you
took
to say
that
that,
initially. I took it like you did, Buzz. Now, but also I took it as he always had the great athleticism ability for his like that's his gift. But to be a student means that you weren't limited by how great you were. You still had to learn the politics of everything else that work around you for you to continue to be great at every level. That's how I had to learn how to take it. I'm not saying that's what he meant. He didn't explain, right? But that's how I learned how to take it because, my gifts, your gifts can always put you in the room to be successful and always maintain. However, how do you incorporate others to continue to level up? I can always get in the room on my talents alone and what I know. However, if I don't have the soft skills, right, to incorporate others and to network with others and to be polite with others and be patient at every time beyond my own understanding, then that's always going to limit me because I already think I got the goods. And I ain't saying I don't, but it's like how because I'm not just playing with everybody that think like me. How do I incorporate everybody else? That's not ass kissing. That ain't nothing like that. If I want to be successful in this round, there are certain things that you got to do, regardless if you want to agree or not. There are certain things you got to do or at least understand. I'm not saying kiss the ring. I ain't saying bend the knee. There are certain things in every profession and anything that you want to take serious and be great at that you have to understand, right? So that's why I had to I was like, because I took it as you, I was just like, man, that's just a jab to somebody greatness. But he was speaking to the early LeBron, not the LeBron today. That's about to be 40, right? He was speaking to the early LeBron when he was coaching them, not today,
I don't
right?
I don't agree. I don't agree with that because he showed that from the beginning, right? Because
Mm,
even if you look at LeBron in the early years, what did they tell you? He ain't got the killer mentality. They criticize him for making the right
oh yeah,
basketball play.
he never wanted to do the get into the he never wanted to
So
take the defining shot, right? He always
so
yeah.
how
He
could you
don't
make
have the
that
big
comment
Mamba
20 years
mentality,
later?
right?
Right. So how
Yeah.
could you make that comment 20 years later? And that just goes to show you
Yeah,
how
I
much
see what you
that
said.
that
Yeah,
that, that this thing that how everything ties together. Whether we having this conversation like now and it ties into athleticism or whatever, there are people out here that just want to say things just to say things and not even take the time to understand what the hell they saying. Because there's
Uh,
no way in the world you could have that conversation and say, well, I didn't believe he could understand it when he been
I
criticized for
didn't know he
20
could be a
years.
student, right? He was always a
Right.
great. Yeah, I didn't
He's
know
a
he could
great
be a great
athlete, but not a
athlete.
great student.
He was a
But
great
y'all
athlete, not a
criticize him
great
for
student.
being a
Yeah,
student for making
yeah.
the right play. That's why it's crap.
let me ask you this, just to put more context. This coach coached them before.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Back in Cleveland.
I mean, Mike Brown.
No, right after that.
Nah, he talking
Lou,
about Ty Lue.
Ty Lue.
Yeah, Todd.
So, I mean, I would have. I take it like this too. I mean, it was a shot. I mean, knowing who the coach is, Ty Lue, it was a shot. But you got to look at it like this too. Maybe when now LeBron is being coached by Steve Kerr, right? So this is a better coach than Ty Lue. So maybe when he was taking, when he experienced LeBron, maybe LeBron wasn't listening to him because he wasn't qualified to coach LeBron. I mean, and now that he got a
Facts.
Steve Kerr and he listening and learning, maybe Ty Lue ain't had nothing to teach him. So I mean, I believe it was a shot, but I look at the why. Like, why would I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's reports where people said LeBron don't listen, even to Darvin Ham. LeBron, like, bro, you don't know. You not is levels to this, man. And some people, that's like I've been around people who tried to show me stuff like, bro, you're not qualified to teach me. And that's
Look,
just,
I
and
told
that,
you we don't accept opinions, right?
it's like you simply not qualified. And it's no shot against you. It's just you don't have what it takes. You
It's
just don't
not
have
being
it.
bigger than or less than, right?
No,
I'm
it's
just
just
saying.
you're
So
not
yeah,
equipped to. It's some people I'm not equipped to have conversations. The only thing I can do is learn from them. I can't have a debate with certain people. Only thing if you tell me go debate Brother Sanchez about flat Earth, I'm not qualified for that. Now, if we talking about personality, behavior, then I can talk about that. But I'm not qualified to have a conversation. I can learn, but I'm not qualified. So there's gonna be times in life where people just coaching or not. Yeah, you played,
yeah,
but you ain't achieved what LeBron achieved.
facts.
So you're not qualified to really coach him. I mean, I'm sorry, that's just what it is.
Look,
But I'm gonna disagree with
the
that. I'm
pain
gonna
is where
disagree
it
with
ain't.
that
You
real quick.
dig? Go ahead.
I'm gonna disagree with that real quick, and I'm gonna explain why. Right?
Okay.
Okay. Y'all remember who his coach was in Miami?
Who, Eric Spoelstra?
No, no, no. From
Hold on,
Miami.
hold on.
Yeah. No. No.
Who
No.
did what?
That that's him. That's him.
Uh,
That man ain't played a basketball game in his life. The
You
man was
hitting
a
it on the
video
head, busted
manager.
down. Hey,
You
you
understand what
hit it
I'm
on the
saying?
head.
This is what I'm trying to say. You can learn from anybody. So you having those conversations, it don't mean a hill of beans, right? Like you could be the greatest mind. Listen, Einstein stole from Tesla, but he's the greatest mind ever, right?
Come on now.
but
You
I
understand what
know
I'm
And
that.
saying?
did
But
y'all
but
see this in the Olympics, right?
but
During the
hold on. I
Soviet
want to
thing.
before we go off of that, I want to give you some pushback on that. I
Go ahead.
mean, like Eric Spoelstra, uh, is a better coach than Tyloo. I mean, he might not have played, but coaching someone, you don't need to play. You just need to know. He's been around basketball, because and LeBron listened to him because he knew what he was talking about. Like you
Well,
said, you can
yeah,
learn from anyone if they have something to teach you.
yeah.
You can learn from anyone. I mean, just because like someone has,
The
that's like
exposure
this.
can teach you
Do,
enough,
do,
bro.
do you know
Yeah.
in the hospital, right? I didn't have a degree, right? I didn't have a medical degree. But it was
Right.
certain things I looked at and I'm like, hey, why don't y'all try this or try that? And they was like, damn. And these people with 8, 12-year degrees is a procedure called HIPEC. And they was having a problem with it because what happens is like you got cancer in your stomach, right? So what they was doing was cutting you open and massaging chemo in it to kill the cancer. And it was extending people's lives. The problem was they couldn't keep the body cool. And I don't know what the hell they doing, but when I heard the problem, I'm like, why don't we just use ice bags? Like the brain is heating, let's put ice bag. We can do that. We can. I understood that you can cool the body, from the outside. They was looking for internal, and then even after that, I said, why don't we just freeze that? We didn't have cold IV bags. I'm like,
Yeah.
we can just freeze them, and then we can inject them. And they start using that, and now that's the procedure they use. So you can learn from anyone if they have something to teach.
Mm,
Only reason they listen to me because I guess they respected me. I don't know why the hell they listened to me,
yeah.
but they had to have some
Because
level of respect to even consider. Like just prior, probably I have philosophical. Anytime where I can go somewhere, especially like in the hospital, all these people got these degrees. A lot of them study philosophy, so I go in there and talk about Genghis Khan and crazy shit, and they'd be like, "Oh, this dude," you know what I'm saying? So they respected me from that point. So when I suggested things, they took it to. But it was other people who came and suggested they wouldn't listen to them because they weren't qualified. But they
I
knew I
think
had
I think
something to offer.
I think well, this is just my opinion. I may be wrong, right? I just think that people have a lot more respect when they don't make you. You
Mm.
understand what I'm saying?
They also got a lot more disdain because if they can't make you, they can't, create another one either.
Nah, but not the but not the great student. The great student is gonna respect you because he didn't add to you. Like he didn't give you the information. You gave it to him. So he's
Mm,
willing to learn from you a little bit more. Like that's why I respect Word to a level that many people may not, because he's given things to people, and he didn't get it from nowhere but his own works. You understand what I'm
Mm,
saying? That's why Eric Spoelstra is considered one of the greatest coaches ever, because
yeah,
he did it from the bottom, and he learned everything and elevated himself to the top. You understand what I'm saying? Even after
true
LeBron
experience.
gone, he's
Yeah,
still going to the finals. He's still doing this. He's still doing that.
yeah.
His name is still relevant, right? He's not compared to Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson had all the tools he needed, but they want to say he's the greatest coach because he got 11 rings, but he has superstars. You understand what I'm saying? Spoelstra is doing this with no disrespect to Jimmy Butler, but Jimmy Butler is not LeBron James. Jimmy Butler's not D Wade, but he's still getting his team to the pinnacle of championships, even without these people in sight. So when you can do things like that, I got respect for you. So I can hear what you're saying. I can listen to try to understand what you say and not hear to respond. That's the difference for me. And that's
Mm,
how Word is. Word has
yeah.
has the gift to listen, to understand, and then apply it, and then he will add to that and make it more eloquent for somebody to receive it. That's I believe that's why they received him in his situation or his example he just gave.
Fair.
I
No,
appreciate
that's
you,
well
bro.
said. And
Hey
one
man.
last thing, because you said
Oh,
D
go ahead.
Wade,
Go ahead,
right?
'cause I'm gonna end it.
In the Olympics, right? When the U.S. was playing Serbia, right? D Wade was a commentator, right? And he was on the panel with a whole bunch of analysts. The analysts were trying to tell D Wade about how the game gonna go. D Wade, and it's in the clip too, because I was watching it live, right? On my on my downtime. He said, hold on, hold on. You guys are speaking because you read a lot of books. I played the game. Like, I understand it from a hooper's perspective. Y'all don't understand it from a hooper's perspective because y'all never scored 1 point in the NBA. And everybody just became quiet.
Man, there's a lot
And
of
that's a
truth to
certain
that.
level of respect, right?
There's a
And
lot
I
of
think
truth
that
to
goes
that.
to the same point, though. Yeah.
Hey, I want to give everybody a shout out, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I only got 77 hours to go, and I should be able to reapply. I had to delete a lot of videos. I would have had the hours, but we trying to get monetized again. So, I did that. But I appreciate everybody, man. I appreciate
God
everybody that
bless.
hit the panel. ARD, Commander, Lady Shay, my 33 brother. I appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, we almost there. And don't forget to sub up to Petty Vision. If you listen to this, I apologize for keeping y'all for 3 hours. We was having good conversation though. So, shout out to everybody hit the panel. Shout out to everybody in the chat. DD, PIA 755. Who else? Aldo, bro. Yes. Miss Chicago. Who else was my brother hit the pan? I mean, my brother was in the chat. Shout out to him. PIA. Who else was here? Dolly, what up, sis? I gotta go. I be in Dolly bushes a lot, chilling. Um, shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Hey, it's gonna get a little nuttier and screwier. I got some things coming up. Um, Try to give people content they need. They don't want that, so I'm gonna give you what you want. I just don't know if they gonna like it, but look out for that. We got 2 new segments coming soon. I appreciate you. I ain't gonna play no outro. I'm about to get out of here. Y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel. These are conversations to build nations. And if I say something to resonate with you, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, we out.